Last year's season of champions was one for the ages. A dramatic hit to the Canada Cup. A dominant performance by Team North America at the Continental Cup. There were those pair of wins by Saskatchewan in the juniors, and both by the slightest of margins. There was the end of a dynasty at the Scotties where Amber Holland's team struck gold. A Brier performance by Team Manitoba that was as close to perfect as we've ever seen. Annette Norberg added to her legacy with another world title. And Jeff Stoughton turned back time, winning another world championship at the age of 47. So, what will this season do for an encore? Well, it all starts now. The semifinals at the Canada Cup. We're looking across the valley of 1,000 peaks towards the Purcell Mountains. Cranbrook is nestled wonderfully between the Purcells and the Rocky Mountains, and is our first stop in our season of champions as we bring you inside the Recplex for this men's semifinal. Familiar names: Glenn Howard against Jeff Stoughton. Howard, hard luck Howard, as he's become known, having lost so many finals, including the last two Brier finals, and of course the final at the curling trials to go to Vancouver. As we say hello Canada and welcome back to our continuing first day coverage of the Canada Cup. Earlier today we saw Jennifer Jones win over Shannon Kleibrink in the women's semifinal, and so now Jones tomorrow will beat Chelsea Carey in an all Manitoba women's final here at the Canada Cup. And this tournament has always been one of the best. It has a first prize of $26,000, but this year the added bonus is that the winner, both women's and men's, will get an automatic bye right through to the curling trials in Winnipeg in 2013, and that tournament will determine who will wear the maple leaf in Sochi in 2014. 7 very good men's teams began play here on Wednesday. And last night in an all-important game, Kevin Martin with that big sigh of relief right there, he was a winner over Stoughton. And so Kevin Martin went through round robin with 6 straight wins, leaving Glenn Howard and Jeff Stoughton at 4-2. Kevin Cooey, former Canadian champion, on the outside. Mike McEwen, right now the leading money winner on the tour. Brad Jacobs, we know him, of course, from Sault Ste. Marie, and Steve Laycock out of Saskatchewan. As you can see, great curlers here in our country. Linda Russ alongside. As mentioned, this is a, at least a 3, sometimes 4-year process for these teams. Those 3 that are in the semifinals and the final, they know all about it.
They really do. They've done it all in curling, basically. They'd love to get a gold medal for our country, obviously. Kevin's already done it. The other 2 are trying hard. These guys are really grinding. They're working as hard as they can. It's so serious, Vic, my brother's eating broccoli now.
It is a huge commitment. It's year-round training. It's a commitment, especially this time of year, to play in a lot of bonspiels to gain points. These skips aren't getting any younger. They want to win this berth.
No, I mean, you've got a 48-year-old in Stoughton, 49-year-old now in Glenn Howard, and unfortunately, I call him Hard Luck Howard. He has had some crushing defeats.
It is really tough. All the finals we've seen and all the losses for this Howard team go back to the last curling trials. Glenn Howard had a chance, but it was Kevin Martin going on to Vancouver in the Olympics. And it is many times we've seen this from poor Glenn Howard. But give him credit, he keeps coming back. He's built a great team. He has one of the best front ends in the business. A little change at third, and here they are again.
And someone also who knows about losing those heartbreaking games is Jeff Stoughton. And the man that broke his heart is you.
Well, yeah, that's got to be really devastating. But yeah, to lose, I think the Olympic trial final in Canada is the toughest game to win or lose. It really is. And Jeff lost it. He had Steve Gould on the team. He had Jonathan Meade on the team. Jonathan actually stepped away from the game for a little while, took a sabbatical, retooled with Wayne Madaw of all people. Then he got back together with the old skipper, and they were just magical last year.
Wasn't that something in London, Ontario at the Brier, just how good this team was? We often talk about superlatives, but they were magical.
Unbelievable. Jonathan Meade was just on fire. Jeff was just as good. Front end played well. It was a solid effort by the whole team.
And of course, it was another crushing, heartbreaking loss for Glenn Howard. But here they are in a rematch of last year's Brier final. It is Stoughton and Howard, the winner to move on and play Kevin Martin when we come back to beautiful Cranbrook, BC.
The 2011 Capital One Canada Cup is brought to you by Capital One. What's in your wallet? The 2011 Capital One Canada Cup is brought to you by M&M Meat Shops. Hundreds of meal ideas, one aisle. By Tim Hortons, perfect gifts for the coffee lover. It's time for Tim's. And by Ford, official automotive partner of the Canadian Curling Association.
It's the semi-final of the Canada Cup. The winner moving on to Sunday's final against Kevin Martin. It's time now to meet the teams, and it's brought to you by Ford. Drive one. The Howard team out of the Coldwater and District Curling Club in Coldwater, Ontario. Glenn Howard, 3 World Championships, 3 Briers. Wayne Madaw now throwing third. The familiar Richard Hart has retired, and Wayne is a 2-time Canadian and World Champion. Brett Lang and Craig Saville rounding out the side. Jeff Stoughton from the Charleswood in Winnipeg, the reigning Canadian and World Champion, with John Meade, Reed Carruthers, and Steve Gould. As we say, a 48-year-old Stoughton, 49-year-old Glenn Howard. As Stoughton has moved out in front, both teams finishing with that record of 4-2. But Howard, because of his win in round robin over Stoughton, had the choice of hammer or stones. He has elected to take the last rock, and so he does have the hammer playing the red stones here in the first. And to get us underway, the Stoughton lead playing yellow stones, Steve Gould.
When you talk about the week that we've had, all the players on the ice have played very well. The front end for Glenn Howard are #1 at their positions, and they are solid year after year.
John threw a couple down here, so I don't expect that to stop too quick.
We have a little bit of a difference in style of the two teams, which we'll get into, but Glenn Howard likes to put rocks in play, and although there is a center guard, Glenn would rather use his own, and he's putting up a corner.
Yeah, I would say he's kind of a cautiously aggressive curler. He takes his chances with hammer. If he gets into trouble, he bails out earlier than a lot of the teams. But name of the game, especially against either one of these teams, is you have to force a miss out. They're just not going to do it for you.
Johnny. Whoa. Line's good. Yep, Ken. Whoa, Ken.
Real heavy, Jeff.
Whoa, then. Whoa. It's going to come out there.
Not bad, not bad.
Line's good. Yep. It's going to overcurl. Whoa, yep.
During the women's semifinal, we saw that the ice had changed a little bit from round robin play. It seems straighter, a little faster because of that. This one looks like it's hooking. Comes out the other side of that center guard.
Boy, he does it almost totally. Just maybe
A little bit. Didn't start
saving maybe a quarter of a stone behind the center guard. Craig Saville.
You're going to get the most curl at the start of a game when the pebble's still fresh. It's not worn down. The tops aren't flat yet, so the abrasive rocks can kind of grab that pebble, and that really worked across. And I think we're going to see a lot of finish early here.
You know, it's interesting. Wayne Madaw was one of the first to express that sentiment. A nice, quiet tap out. Just managed the stone, enough weight to push it out the back. But it was Madaw who said, you know, why don't teams play more aggressively in the first 5 when the ice is the best?
No, great point. We were trained to do it the opposite, to get used to the ice, break the pebble down. But now these surfaces are so good, and you have a 10-minute practice now, too, so there's no excuse not to have draw weight and go right after the team.
And you're in that hammer by either round robin play or a better record in this case. And we found that if you can score your deuce early, especially at the Scotties and the Brier, there's a huge difference in the number of games that are won. And here, the toss winner, the person that has the hammer in the first end in the case, has won 67% of the time. That's a massive edge. So you might as well jump on that and try and get your deuce early.
Interestingly enough, though, that goes against the grain this afternoon because of the fact that Jennifer Jones stole 2 points in that opening end, then rode it all the way to her win over Shannon Glybrand.
And that's definitely the kind of mistake the men cannot make. It is really tough to catch up against these teams that can play the upweight and clear rocks. Jeff Stoughton's team may be known more for that, but still, you cannot fall behind these teams.
Not at all. The rocks are so lively. One thing that's overlooked in a lot of tournaments is the running edge, the striking band of these rocks has really been conditioned, and they're really fast. There's a lot of action when these rocks hit, so it's not very difficult to throw enough weight to take out 4, 5, 6 rocks at a time.
Close. Not bad.
And the point of the stones as well, these are the stones that were used at the Olympics in Vancouver. They now belong to the Canadian Curling Association, and they should have approximately a 20-year life. Nearly got the flip in behind. Let's take a look now at the game plan these two teams may employ, brought to you by World Financial Group. Your dreams, our strategies.
Again, we have contrasting styles. Glenn Howard likes to play the soft shots. He must do it. He really doesn't have the same up weight. And, well, Wayne Middaugh has been way behind John Meade on the Stoughton side. Wayne Middaugh must play better. That's what you have to think about when you're looking at these matchups. John Meade is 91% during round-robin play. And Wayne Middaugh, look, 84% doesn't sound so bad, but you sound like you're so far behind when you compare the two. And that third position is very, very pivotal.
Yeah, Wayne really struggled on his in-turn takeouts for whatever reason. He's been known as one of the best hitters in the world, and I know he does love the out-turn. We curl with him for a while, but he 72% on the in-turn side for his hits, 92 for the out-turn, a 20% variance there. That's kind of unusual.
Same as Rama. Close. No. Whoa. You got plenty. Show, Johnny. Okay.
Now, I mentioned the Stoughton team is a little bit different. Jeff Stoughton likes to play front stones with Steve Gould, but from then on, he likes to open it up, play the hits, keep it a little simpler. They gave up the fewest points per game at 5.33. But the second and third for Jeff Stoughton have thrown half as many draws as the second and third for Glenn Howard. That's how they change the game up. Front rocks and then start hitting.
Stay with that yellow. Stay with that yellow.
And look at the flip in behind. Stay with the yellow, and there again. Just enough to push it out the back, Wayne Middaugh. I love this. We talk about this. We saw that at the Briar. You don't overthrow the stone. You just throw enough for us to do the job.
That's why this team's here, and both these teams, Martin also, they really control their weight. That's what it's all about. There's so much curl. Hitting the broom is secondary on those soft shots. It's getting the right speed.
Jonathan Meade looking for the straight run back. He just, maybe they lost it a little bit. They couldn't jam it straight back, and so now the center line guard is up and the house is wide open.
Now that is the kind of shot that John Meade and Jeff Stoughton rely on. That is not an easy shot based on, of course, how far the stone is out in front and the distance they have to run it. That's not simple. Add to the fact we have a little more curl on this ice. You can't really keep it as straight with the throw. It's tough.
No kidding. A first shot down that spot first end, and it tells you how good these guys are when Jonathan's mad that he rolled out.
Pretty heavy.
Line's tight.
You saw Wayne Middaugh's two championships. The one, of course, was playing with you, and then the other one was on his own.
Gotta bury it.
Yeah, you go there. Yeah. Oh.
Attaboy.
Perfect.
Boy, winner.
Perfect shot.
Nice shot.
Good throw, eh?
And there's the reason why the corner guard went up earlier. Wayne Middaugh used it. They didn't want to go around the Yellowstone because of what we just saw with the run-back ability of the Stoughton team. So a very nice setup to start this game for Glenn Howard.
Bite the top eight. Bite the top eight or full eight?
I think bite's
He'll
good.
go around it.
Well, rather that than bump it out.
Harder than that on his hand.
This is where the game's changed so much, and for the better, the ice makers, the rocks.
Sure.
You would normally run that guard because you couldn't be convinced you could actually bury one here. But this will sink in there. Actually, John, or I guess it was Reed's over curled. So Jeff's going to ignore that red one that's buried, try to make a better one around the center.
And the two options are put it a little higher in the house. That allows your opposition to draw around it, as we see the two championships for Jeff Stoughton. But if you go deep with this amount of curl, these rocks can be tapped out, and thus you give the chance for your opposition to sit too. So they believe the option they've gone for is to put it higher in the house.
Whoa, if you can.
It's good.
How's the line? Got to curl a bit. Got to curl.
Pull it.
On the room here.
Got to curl a bit. Pull eight. Right here.
We saw this afternoon in the women's semifinal lots of late finish, and here it goes again.
Guys, gotta go. Keep going. Gotta go. Keep going. Go.
Brothers and Gould with the brush, and they'll draw it down. Buried.
Good job, Reed.
Absolutely socked in there. Top four.
Quite as hard as Stevie's, eh?
Well, he said he hooked us a bit, eh?
Yeah, that's true.
Turn or intern? What do you think?
I think you can get it either way.
Which is better?
It's
Whichever you
buried.
think curls more, it's dead buried.
Yeah.
That's good. The speed's good here, Glenn.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. This is
The other way, just it's shorter.
So this was further to your point about last rock.
And it is a little bit bigger in men's play. In women's play during round robin, 62% of the games were won by the team with hammer in the first end. So this has been a huge edge for the men's side.
Yeah. Speed's good in here.
Speed's good in here.
And this will be a huge shot if it can be made. Chance to play the tap.
Great team communication there. They have already, Sav and Lang have already reconfirmed that the speed's really good here. Glenn probably didn't throw one here in practice. It's all about speed here. Back ring, not much more than that.
It's there.
Clean. Close. Clean it. Yep. 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 Whoa. Whoa. Clean it. Yep.
Brent Lang on the left, Craig Saville on the right. You can hear Wayne Madoff diving at that guard, diving at it. Oh, just off the board. Now, tap it, back, roll it over, out the back, sit two, you bet.
Hey, boy.
That boy, Glenn. Like that.
Great shot. Looked easier than that.
Yeah.
Great throw, Skipper.
You have to be a little afraid when you play Glenn Howard and you leave him these shots. Well, you heard Jeff Stoughton say he actually wanted the stone a little higher in the house to make it harder to push it all the way out. But you leave those shots for someone like Glenn Howard, that's his bread and butter shot.
Yeah.
What a great shot. Just perfect speed. No choice but to rip the back one here and give Glenn a free shot for two.
Roll it for shot.
He might be able to roll into the white. It rolls a couple of feet.
Yep.
Jeff Stoughton and his final stone here in this opening end of play.
Yep. Whoa. 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 Whoa.
All right.
Good throw.
Thanks, John. Yeah, it felt good.
Now we know about why John was so upset with that run back. It was a great try, but because they overswept it a hair and it rolled out, it gave Wayne a free shot. And that's when you get burnt. Wayne buried it perfect. Jeff did the best he could. Glenn knocked it out, and it's a freebie for two.
Interesting here. I mean, we've seen enough times where somebody will run over and say, let's play the hit. But this is Howard playing, and he's going to draw every time.
And no risk. You don't want to roll out on one of those and give up your opportunity for a deuce. Here's a chance to draw anywhere in the 8 foot for your point.
He would have thrown 6 or 7 of these in practice anyways, so the weight shouldn't be a problem.
Line's good.
They're waiting for it to actually come off that corner guard.
Unbelievable.
It took its time, eh?
Okay, it's good.
That boy.
It did hang out there for the longest time, but he'll put it on the pin. Well played in. Howard has the early advantage. Remembering what Linda said, about 67% of teams that score first with the hammer go on to win. So this is a huge first shot, a key shot, and is brought to you by Scotty's Facial Tissue, stylish designs for any room.
Just absolutely perfect speed. You couldn't throw that any heavier, any lighter. Just moves the yellow far enough, sets up the deuce. And
so Howard scores a couple in the first as we welcome you back to Cranbrook, this beautiful building, the home of the Western Hockey League Kootenay Ice, the reigning WHL champions. And it is Jeff Stoughton who does have the last rock here in 2 playing the Yellowstones.
A little bit of room. Just over
so the first one is in corner guard, goes up by Jeff Stoughton, and now you come back to the middle, and knowing Jeff Stoughton's plan, if you're Glenn Howard, you want to make sure you don't leave a way in for a little hit and roll on that shot stone, the one on the button. And guards are not easy. We've talked about this too.
Great point. It's so difficult with it. You watch that rock come in at the hog line, it still had to curl a good 2, maybe 2.5 feet. So if Saville's a little heavy on that, it overcurls by a good foot. If he's a little light, it undercurls by a foot. So it has to be spot on.
It's good. Not bad, line. Line. Not bad. Wait only. Yep. Line. Yep. Line's pretty good. Yep. Just line. Line's good. Line's good. Stay with it. No, it's heavy. Bouncy. Whoa. Close. Yep. Angle. Button. Yep. 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 Yep.
Looking for the freeze.
Moves the Howard stone back edge of the button. Howard is still the shot rock, but without a hammer here in this second.
There are some great battles as you look at the matchups at every position, and the front ends are definitely part of that equation. Steve Gould against Craig Saville. That's a tremendous match.
Whoa, then off that.
91 to 93 for the week. Just incredible.
Line's good.
Line only.
Whoa.
Close. There, though.
Off
Line
the
only.
Chevy.
There,
Got
lots,
a curl.
Lots.
It's a heater.
Lots.
It's a heater.
A little wider path. This might slow down.
Slow down.
Nope.
Wow.
Okay.
Faster.
We're not. Freeze, don't we?
I heard Brent saying faster.
Nose is pretty good.
The hard part on arena ice is the Stoughton team just brushed one all the way down, polished that spot. So that spot immediately is a little bit quicker for a couple of rocks. Just that hair faster. That foot deep, but that could cost him.
Whoa, then. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, whoa. Yep. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yep. Whoa. Whoa.
Roll under, is it?
Good. Okay.
Wow. And one of the things that the Canadian Curling Association is testing at this Canada Cup is a new timing system. This is talk time. So you can see it's now 41 minutes and 2 90-second timeouts. What that means is you're not penalized or that your clock doesn't run when your stone is moving. You only are clocked or time in when in fact you are talking. So watch what happens now. This is a Howard stone. As soon as the Howard team clears and Stoughton takes control of the house, like now, and his time starts to run. And the clock will run until the thrown stone at the other end crosses the tee line. And the reason being, of course, Linda Russ, is that when in the other system, when we had 70 minutes or 72 minutes, now watch here, tee line stops. Now, you're not going to be penalized if late in the game you happen to be needing to throw draws. They're taking 25 seconds, while the other team is throwing takeouts and they're taking 12 seconds.
And I think the players really like it. It's actually been talked about for maybe 20 years. It's been around forever. But they were concerned with whether the timers would find the system more difficult. It's worked well here.
And in fact, the timers had to be retrained a little bit just to understand where. So now, if in fact at this moment the clock is ticking on Howard as he talks.
Board. So I can't go across the...
No.
Board.
Board. Now the Canadian Curling Association will get reaction, input from the players after this event, and then at their annual meeting next summer, June or July,
Board's enough, Glenn?
they'll talk about it, and it could possibly be implemented, if it's accepted, for next season.
I think it's just a great idea that you see Jeff Stoughton's down 2 points here. Chances are, unless he catches up in a hurry, he's going to be playing a lot more draws than Team Howard. And a draw takes nearly 30 seconds. A hit takes 10. So it could be a real discrepancy in time for the team that's down.
And it's more crucial when you get later in the game, of course.
For sure.
Get over there, go over there, get over there, go.
Roll it over and try and glue it on the corner, and he'll sort of get in between. But he does get behind that guard, sitting out, covering the edge or covering the 8-foot. Not quite far enough to glue it on the corner, however.
Okay.
Boy, it's pretty good, though. They're going to try to hit it dead on, but that's not going to be easy. Have to almost cross it a bit to get it past that yellow one at the back of the 8.
Is there that much movement, Linda?
Well, that's what we're not sure. We're moving to the wings now, and we found the curl to the center was terrific in the first hand, but we'll see how much this moves.
Weight's good?
Whoa. No.
It's not moving.
No. No. It's got to finish.
No, not quite.
It's not bad, Jonathan.
Pretty good. Langer. Langer.
Well,
It's a big footprint.
you guys are Wayne's foot.
Corn it up.
I started to, and I started leaving more than I was cleaning up, so.
Thanks.
Explain what's
Says Asher.
happened now.
I doubt it.
John Meade has pointed out there's a footprint or something, a scrape. He was going to use his corn broom, but of course that leaves more debris, correct?
Yeah, you have to be a little careful. Depends on what the mark is. If it's an actual melted spot, you don't want to warm it up more by brushing it hard with your synthetic brush. If it's just a scratch or some debris, you can certainly move that out of the way.
And if the corn, as Vic says, if the corn sticks to a soft spot, then that's a problem too. So Jonathan was, you know, the true gentleman that he is, said, let's you deal with it.
There's a lot of rocks in the house. You have to worry a little bit when you don't have hammer.
Rip this double.
Yeah.
That should go thin.
Yeah, it's not easy. Just let that jam.
It'd be good if you made it. I agree with that. I'd like that.
Okay, so what is it?
Let's do that.
Less than half?
You got lots. You got a little more than
Skinny.
half. Quarter.
It's hard
You got
to be
about
too
half.
skinny.
Quarter rock?
Quarter.
Okay. What do you figure, Glenn?
Wayne like to hit it right in that spot there. And try to get it as thin as he can, so he just actually moves yellow onto yellow and hopefully gets rid of both these rocks. His shooter will come over in this area. He might jam that yellow one, but that'll move the red one at the back of the button to open up a little bit for his next shot. So it's a pretty thin. Wayne can see enough of it, but he has to hit it awfully thin not to jam yellow.
This isn't really Glenn's go-to shot, but Wayne can make these upweight ones.
He's an out-turn fiend too. He loves these.
Now, Saville Lang on the brush. Got one? Yes, he does. Oh, and it just jammed. The raised stone got jammed, stays in the rings, but it does remove some of that back.
Sweep it a bit more.
It curled just a little bit too much at the end to get the right action in the center area.
Yeah, exactly. But he got a little lucky on the far side, Linda. There's a red double on the right side of the sheet, but it'll jam now with that yellow one at the back, so that worked out well for him.
That's not bad.
Weight's good.
Close. Whoa. Close. Whoa. Whoa.
This is where it was straight earlier in the women's semifinal.
We're going to get rolled at least in front of it. Hard.
Wow.
That runs great.
I wonder if the boys were watching in our game, because that's exactly, as you said, Linda. Remember the out turn going away was very straight also. Great chance for Glenn here. Pretty simple double to sit three.
Yeah. What do you got to hit?
Half.
Halfway?
Half.
What? Half. 3/4. Half might be too thin.
Okay.
Now, I talked about Glenn
7/8,
not having
like
the
this.
upweight shot.
Hit
I
roll
mean the
here
big
is
blaster shot. You can make a double with an accurate normal hit. This is not a problem for Glenn. So it's up to Wayne to call the right spot.
Glenn Howard, the first of the skip stones here in the second.
Off. Clean it.
Clean.
And how's that? Just hit three without last rock.
Boy, skipper. Clean. On a triple.
Shot.
Thank you.
Faded a bit. What's that? I threw it. I thought it was fading a little bit. I thought you threw it a little bit. Just a hair.
I'm sitting in there?
Just a hair.
That's why it's fading then.
It came up though. I was surprised it came up like that.
We are so
I
used
thought it
to
could have run the whole sheet. But
seeing Richard Hart with Glenn Howard, but I am very impressed with Wayne Madaw and the way he works with Glenn and the way they exchange information.
Exactly. They're really good friends. They just live across the 15-minute skidoo ride this time of year. Sea-Doo earlier in the year. And of course they played together. We played together for 5 years. And yeah, Wayne's a smart player.
In between us to me.
Yeah, and I'll draw the comparison between John Morris, who also skipped at one time. I think John is very comfortable in his skin now.
Yes.
As a third, I think Wayne is also in a comfort zone.
It's real good.
He likes that position.
Top forest.
And it was a great opportunity for Wayne. You know, Wayne won the Worlds on his own, proved himself as a world-class skip. And but he was kind of playing second fiddle in Ontario there for a while, the way Glenn's team was playing. And Wayne was scaring them a few times, but not beating them. And this is a wonderful opportunity to be on one of the best teams in the world.
Twist in there.
Not curling.
Good throw.
Just a little bounce. Well, you make this, and Stoughton
Good throw,
could be drawing against 4.
Yeah, none of that out turn was coming in at all. Like even your draw and Reed's draw.
Yeah, I thought mine was. I thought mine would get there easier than it did.
Yeah, and we were never.
So what does that mean? Well, that may mean moving those corner guards around, maybe even pulling them tighter to center, playing around them on the wide side, trying to figure out this ice and where you can get the curl. Of course, these are 2 very experienced skips and know how to do just that.
The bad news for Jeff is you don't figure it out till you've missed that one, and it's another end burnt. He's going to be drawing against 4 here pretty soon.
Whoa, whoa, clean. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Good shot.
Oh, because he didn't get the roll to the outside on top of his, it changes it up. Make it easier for Stoughton, do you think? Rather than playing the draw, he plays a hit now?
I'm not sure. That's a great question, because I think Jeff was quite prepared to draw the 4-foot. I watched him in practice. He never missed a button. He just threw the draw. So this might in some ways be a tougher shot. I think for most club curlers, they'd rather hit this than draw, obviously. But there's been a tricky spot on this center line, Linda. And obviously Jeff isn't going to overthrow this. He's an expert. But if he's going to miss this, he's going to miss it wide.
Final stone here in 2. Jeff Stoughton facing 4.
Easy, guys. Clean. Easy,
heard him say, easy, guys.
Clean. Easy,
easy. On the left,
clean.
Steve Gould.
Easy, easy, easy. Clean it, you're fine. You're fine.
You hear John Meade saying it's okay. Just clean it up for him, and fine indeed as he makes the hit. And he sits in the top of the 4-foot for a single. 2-1 Howard. In this afternoon's women's semifinal here in the Canada Cup of Curling, it was Jennifer Jones. High fives all around as she wins over Shannon Clybring 6-3. And so the final, Sunday morning, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. Pacific, is going to be all Manitoba. Chelsea Carey from Morden, Jennifer Jones from Winnipeg. And so those Olympic trials, those curling trials in Winnipeg, are around 2 years from now, December of 2013, we know we're going to have a Manitoba team in the women's field. As we welcome you back to Cranbrook, this is a beautiful facility. Seats around just shy of 5,000.
Yeah.
Howard gets 2. Stoughton replies with a single as he makes the hit and stick against 4. Up goes the just off center guard, covering the edge of the 4. Around goes Howard, and now we're watching Steve Gould play his second lead stone.
Well, that first one for Steve, the center guard did not sit on center. I don't know if it picked, but it certainly kept curling. They couldn't stop it, and that gave Glenn a freebie to go around it.
Steve tends to slide a little left. You can see his slider, even on that one, was inside the center line for rock. You know, he had the broom out edge of the 4. He had to get his whole body out there, and I think he just slid a little skinny on it, and both of them overcurled.
And go berries.
That's
well,
hard.
the other way. Cross it. Yeah.
That's getting really close to the back button.
Yeah, but you can get around.
You got to tap it back 12 then, right?
Tap it back here. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Split it up.
Well, that's the only way you're going to get one buried with no double, right?
So back 8, back 12?
Sure.
Yeah, you get anything across it, there's no double. That's our goal.
You get 4 guys in this team that could skip any team. They really get it. They really do. They understand the angles. You know, they're trying to bury one here and not give a double. And as Wayne said, the only way to do that is tap it behind the tee line. So they want it way behind the tee line.
Well, Craig Saville pointing at the rafters, saying that this may be a little hot to his way of thinking. So they find the hole, just skinny the guard. And now they'll tap it back. The shooter rolls out into the open on the wide side. The raised stone will stop at the back 4 center line. So the winner of this year's Canada Cup gets $26,000, but it is that berth in the curling trials in Winnipeg in 2013. That's the big one. And of course, you get invited back to Moose Jaw next year to defend your championship. You also will play in the Continental Cup in 2013. But to be a team that's already into those curling trials, as Reed Carruthers makes the hit and roll behind cover, it takes the pressure off of having to play all the bonspiels to get the points that you need. So far this year, Howard has played in 6 events, while Stoughton has played in 5 events. It's a lot of time on the road.
And one is a second stone, Vic.
Yeah.
Inside center,
Interestingly enough,
That's real good.
a couple of weeks ago,
A little slower.
at a Manitoba Tour event in Stonewall, they've been playing so much, and they weren't playing very well until they started to shake things up.
Gotta go real hard. Gotta go hard. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep
This one's
going.
on the guard.
Okay. Not quite getting out there.
Opens up to Stone, and but leaves now 2 center guards. So Stoughton at that event in Stonewall said, you know what, I'm going to throw second rock. And Reed Carruthers was about to throw. He actually skipped the team.
Jeff? Go.
And they qualified. They lost in the semifinal, made some money.
Great idea, though. I think it's good for team bonding and gives Jeff's brain a rest, and good for the team to shake it up a little bit.
Well, a similar thing you said about the Howard team. The Stoughton team, they're all smart players. Any one of them could skip. Throwing last is usually the issue, having the stomach to do it in a big competition, but they've all got the smarts. You can now see why the Howard team was concerned with the split they played earlier, because they didn't push that redstone very far. It's just back button, and now Reed can play a freeze to it. And now you're really closing down that scoring area.
Small tap.
Glenn threw one, his draw for 2 here that almost hit the outside guard. There's very, very late finish here.
Line's great now. Lock it right on. It is. Yep. For line.
Okay, good.
Boy, and lock it on they do. Reed Carruthers.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks.
Rep that or
I like the
ball?
double peel if it's there.
Half a rock.
Just go back to what,
red. Half on the red.
again, we were talking
that's
about
better, isn't it?
Stonewall,
Yeah.
and
Wanna go
just
this way?
under his breath.
That's real thin.
Glenn said about Brent Lang's first throw,
You want to have a look?
he's
You like
not
this?
getting out to it. He's what?
Yeah, he's sliding tight. He's just not. If the broom was, let's say, edge of the 4, he slid it closer to the button on the inside of the rock, almost trying to make a curl with his body. And with this amount of curl, you're going to get burned every time. His body is tight to the broom.
Shooter. Lovely.
Well, he makes up for it there as he clears the 2 stones off the center line.
Great shot. Same type of thing that Steve Gould did with both his shots this end. His body a little bit lazy getting out there. Sometimes you don't turn enough.
How far out, Jeff?
The hacks aim down the center line, Linda, right?
It's a big problem.
It's amazing how you just make a left-hand turn sometimes.
I think a lot of players don't take the time in setting up as well. You've got to align your body, make sure that your perception of line to target is correct, then set the stone in the right place, and take your time in doing that. There is a little bit of time used up on that clock, but it's huge in actually getting the shot made.
And in fairness to Steve Gould, the lead, he's trying to bank time for his skipper, so he's rushing around, and you're right, sometimes you get into bad habits.
Just bite the center line. Easy. Whoa, yep. Whoa.
Good shot. Got it. Yeah, you're too late. Looked like it was pretty far out there. Yeah.
You don't like
There you go,
running
there
that,
you
eh?
Oh, really?
Oh, or do you like running it in?
Hey?
Or do you like running it in?
Yeah, I'm just worried about that, but
It's not terrible.
okay. Across the top.
Sure. Half a rock.
Now this takes some practice for angles, but these kind of shots are trying to run the guard into the other Yellowstone in the house and get rid of them both. Maybe even get some action onto the one in the forefoot.
Yep.
Ooh, this is real close.
Here we go. Got one. Off
Good shot.
and not.
Okay.
That was real good to make that out.
Yeah.
Good throw, eh?
Good toss.
Couple licks. Yeah. Gotta draw now.
Yeah. Sweep that a wee bit sooner. They might have been able to get it thin enough to make the double.
Same. Yeah, I did it. Squeezed it.
Line's similar.
Line's good. Well, if we can.
That's real good, guys. It's gonna have to curl a hair.
Yeah,
yep.
Go now. Go now.
Yep.
Go. Keep it alive to get the maximum curl here.
Hard, guys. Keep going. Hard. Go. Go, 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 go.
Great brush, guys.
Shot.
Good job.
Nice brush.
That's the thing that impresses me with the top teams. Is they know exactly when to sweep that rock. They knew they needed finish, so they waited till they got a bit of break. And they had to judge, can we keep it alive long enough to get the maximum curl? And they did a beautiful job there.
25,
The top brushers know when a rock is going to break. That's partly to do with the stone and ice, but also the delivery of the player. So you need to know Wayne Middau's break point. You need to know if you can wait till after that break point to brush. That's when you will get the maximum curl.
I don't think it's late.
Line's pretty good. Line's good. Line's good.
To move it. We're there for the
Line's
freeze.
good.
Just there.
Got to curl a bit.
We're there. We're there. We're there.
Close.
Wait only.
We're
Wait
there.
only.
Well,
Line's
we're
good.
there. We're there.
Line's good.
Still there. Looks wide.
Make sure it's here.
It's there.
Okay. Okay.
Whoa, off.
Line's gold. Line's perfect. Very nice, Wayne.
Wow, to take away the pinhole.
That's pretty tasty.
Attaboy.
You know,
we had to make that. He throws it there, I can't score.
Wayne's playing now, has made this commitment, of course, to play with Glenn. His wife, Sherry, you know, she's not, we forget sometimes what goes into managing a curling schedule when both wife and husband play. He's playing this week. Next week, he'll be home. She's going to be playing. So back and forth they go. And you saw it earlier today. People are having to make commitments. This is the kind of process at this level if you want to go to the Olympics. This is what you have to do.
It's a real juggle with life. You've got work and often families, but if you want to be the best, you have to be out playing. What a lovely freeze.
Angle's perfect.
And you heard Glenn say if they didn't get there first and they kept trying to peel off that front one, well, if Jeff glued it on, there was huge trouble.
Half 8 foot. Yep.
Jeff can't bounce off here. If anything, he has to be light.
Where is it? Yep. Top 4. Yep. We can line only. Yep. Whoa. Hard line, guys. Whoa. Yep. Line's perfect. Whoa, then. Right on it. Whoa. Line's perfect. Yep. Go now. Line's perfect. Yep. 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 Shot, Jeff. A little more.
It's just a marvelous three ends we've seen so far.
Yeah, that's just great curling, you know, to throw a rock 140 feet.
Jeff Stoughton finishes at 4-2. Was off to a great start, Russ, with 4 straight wins, but then lost back-to-back to Kevin Martin and Glenn Howard last night. And it was that loss that gave Howard the choice of last rock or stones, and he took the hammer in the first end of play and scored 2. It's 2-1, Howard leading. And once again, Howard does have the last rock, the hammer, here in the third.
Same speed.
Same as your draw for
today, guys. Yeah.
Speed, yep. What do we need? Just full 8, eh?
Yeah.
Lots of line. Top 8.
Still have it there.
Full 8. Just full 8. Just full 8. Just full 8.
Off for a second.
Line there. Just full 8. Line should be good if it's
Line's
full 8.
not good enough. No.
It's got to curl a bit.
Close.
Yep.
Hoping again, waiting again for that late finish. And there it is.
You're killing me tough, too.
Shot, Glenn.
I got an easy draw for 2 right now.
It was more of a so-so kind of week for Glenn Howard. Wins, loses, wins over Mike McEwen, the leading money winner on the tour, then lost to Kevin Martin, but he came through with 2 wins yesterday against former Canadian champion Kevin Cooey out of Edmonton, and then the win over Stoughton. And because there are so many rocks in play, Stoughton figures I'm just going to pitch it away, and he did into the boards, and down the ice it goes.
Thanks, buddy.
I don't know if there's anything they can do here to get more than. There's no squeeze play here, is there?
No.
It's just not worth it. You ever picked your own? They came off that yellow, picked your own out. You'd be a steal of 2.
Now the luxury is Glenn's already scored his deuce, and he's already forced a signal.
He thought he was going to try the spinorama. But in racing terms, what he was there, he did the Senna S. He went one way and then went back the other way.
Racing terms, it looked like a car wreck.
Yeah, it did.
Just pull the hammy. That's
all. It was bumper to bumper around the button, wasn't it? Howard gets a single. Yeah. Juicebox Music for Kids is here, the music video channel featuring parent-approved videos from today's biggest stars, such as Justin Bieber, Taylor Swift, Selena Gomez. Bieber and Gomez still dating? I think they are, actually. And Willow Smith. Juicebox Music for Kids. Contact your TV service provider for details.
You're up on everything, Vic.
Unbelievable.
Well, Justin phoned me and said, what do you think of her? I said, I think she's a nice girl.
Sure.
Yeah. 3-1. Howard leads as we go to the fourth. And it is Jeff Stoughton that has the last rock. He has the hammer playing the yellow
shot, Steve.
Good way, Stevie.
Tight, yeah.
I guess I'm a little surprised that Jeff Stoughton went back to the same place with the corner guard that he had trouble with the last time we came this way. We'll see if they can figure out how to get a rock in behind it.
Line looks pretty good. Easy. Line looks pretty good. Might overcurl.
Might change it up to the intern side. They have had trouble getting big finish on the outturn.
Yep. A little bit. Yep. Very nice, Greg. Attaboy.
You guys got to pick it up.
Yeah. You got to be tough.
A very nice position for that guard. Tight to the rings, dead in front of the rock in the house.
How's the weight?
Pretty good.
Right there, right now. Okay, well then. Line's good. Line's real good. That's all you guys. Line's good.
Weight's real good.
Yep. Stay close, yep. Hard, Rama. Yep. Right to it. Hard. Yep. Hard. Come on, guys. Hard. Gotta go. Come on, Rama, go. Go. Right up to it. Come on, Reader. Go. Hey, good scoop, guys.
Great rushing to get it by. They try to play that freeze just about every time on Steve's second. And he's had the trouble last stand with it rubbing. They managed to get it by. Look at it close. Look at the finish on that curl.
Might have softened it too.
Little soft rotation, I think, and that really had it going.
It's either that or it's a sharper rock. That just went sideways.
And again, actually peeks out the other side. Brent Lang as we play second stones here in the fourth.
Room.
Really
Room
go if you can.
Okay. Line's good.
You're close.
Well, we can. Still pretty good.
Wayne.
Yep. Yeah, you can go.
Yep.
You can go.
Yes,
Go.
Come on.
Right in.
Go. That's good.
Sweet, boys. Boy, Liner. No, this is pretty good.
Tell you what, if they keep this up, the front ends are going to be tripping over their tongues by the time this is over. I mean, there's a lot of brushing. A lot of hard work out here, and we're not even through 4.
Yep. That's a sign of a good thrower, in my opinion. You have to give it to your brushers. That's what they're there for. The ice is so good. You can drag it a long way, maybe 6, 8 feet, who knows. And you cannot be heavy in this sport. Especially with this first couple of rocks.
Yep. Whoa. Shot.
Reed Carruthers runs it back and leaves the shooter out in front.
Very nice shot, and that stone out in front can now be run in, and that means it would be yellow, red. So Glenn's going to try and stop that by putting a rock in behind that guard. That is the strength of the Stoughton team, playing those run backs.
Easy, a pinch wider.
Okay,
More room.
there. A little more.
Way more room.
Can't be heavy. You can stop a foot short, it's fine.
Got to curl, got to curl.
Got to curl a ways. Trying, but only if you have to. Really got to curl.
Tuck it in behind that yellow a little bit.
Yeah, get it in.
Very bit, very bit, very bit.
Okay, you did. Okay.
And they do, just a bit.
Foot on the way by. I might have moved it like an inch, like that. That's it. Hey.
So
Can't quite get there.
Can I just do the same?
Wayne owning up to the fact that he touched that guard, and no arguments, just put it back.
An inch high just a little high, 7/8.
What do you guys think about this with Ferb?
I like nice. Whatever you like.
Do you like here, Jeff?
No.
Well, there wasn't much thought about that, was there?
I really like what Jeff has been like as a skip the last couple of years. He's very definite. He listens in some cases, but he is the boss, and he conveys it immediately to the team, and they accept it.
Well, they're laughing over it because he just reached down there and cuffed him.
Yeah. But he's more definite, I think, than he has been in a long time.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Whoa!
Hard!
Whoa!
Hard!
Whoa!
Hard!
One more time.
Jeez.
Good.
Runs it back. The raised stone rolls over. Now there's an angle there, Russ.
Yeah, Jeff was right again on the call. They were arguing back and forth. Reed wanted to get off it, and Jeff wanted to keep sweeping to keep the angle. And it rolled, hurt a little too much, rolled a little too far, and there might be a double there.
Looks like they go.
Yeah,
Are they?
should go.
Wayne will want to play this one. He'll want to throw a nice hard here with the out turn here, and I think he can swing that across.
Half a rock.
Okay.
Half a rock.
As thick as you can, the better, right?
Yeah. No, thick's going to carry more.
Wow.
Half a rock. Try and stick this one, because that gets the other one out for sure. Half a rock.
Okay. Bomber.
A bomber.
Half a rock.
When you think about the skills on this team and what Wayne brings to the team with the upweight, this is when you do make your move if you're Glenn Howard. If you want to clean things up, you do it now.
Wayne's right also. You hit this really thick, you're not going to get enough power to move the closest yellow one.
Right off.
You get it outside, and now the question is, will it come back? He wanted to hit half a rock.
Okay.
So it didn't come back for him. Gets rid of one stone, leaves the Howard stone still shot back 8.
Okay.
Thin was the option because he hit it so thin it didn't have much power. Still managed to get it out of there, but it was virtually a miss. He almost missed that, and that could have been ugly. Good situation for the Stoughton team. It's the first offensive chance they've really had.
Playing the tap on the redstone back, 8 foot.
Yep. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Yep. All the way around.
John Meade.
Right to it, guys. Gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta go.
Carruthers
Come on, guys.
and
Go,
Gould
go, go,
with a
go,
brush
go, go.
all the way.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Good shot.
Okay.
Very nice shot. Push it out the back to sit 2. Remembering now that Stoughton does have the last rock.
I thought they might let that curl once it was by and stop this inside roll. If
Where was Johnny? Is he
it's a tough shot, but if Wayne can throw it soft enough and hit and roll buried, it's going to be tough to get it out of there.
This is a spot that's a little scary for the line caller. As it's crossing the hog line, it's going sideways.
Yep. Just
You have to make sure you have enough room at that point to get it by.
Hard! Real hard! Hard!
Hard! Look at the brushing here now from Lang and Saville.
Hard, guys!
Boy, they got a sneak hit by. Ooh, they did. One more. Yes, they did. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Oh, and it's over curling and spins away. Stoughton continues to sit 2.
Are you sure the inside roll was there?
Oh, there's lots of room. You're just not throwing it.
I can't believe that's not there.
Wayne was guilty of trying to make it too good, which that's unbelievable. A bad break. Like, it was very difficult to get the inside roll. He made it so good he missed it. A little soft on the weight.
A little light.
There's a great example, Linda. I thought that was wide out of his hand, and the brushers swept it immediately because their job is to get that right speed. They knew it was underthrown. And even though Wayne was a little wide, it's still overcurled with that big finish. Wrong speed.
Fine. Weight's good. It's top 8, guys. Leave it a bit. Well, if you can. Weight's real good. We can, John. Yep. Getting good. Ollie. Yep. Gotta go for line. Come on, guys. Gotta go. Full 8. Come on. Go.
No, not quite. They'll leave it short. So third shot.
Oh, I know.
Belongs to Howard.
Let's see you draw around. Gee, he makes that.
Oh, shoot.
Really? That's a mistake. He really wanted to sit 3 there.
You ever put it right here, right there, right? He's playing the slash. He's got to get it by here, and the shooter.
Problem is, I can't like I just want to leave it open. Leave it open for the double. No, 2.
Yeah, you definitely can't slash that.
No. If we nose the back, it's just a gimme?
It's a gimme. Wow, it's a gimme. That's a gimme.
Is it?
Yeah,
Could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
It's a gimme.
Yeah.
You don't like this, eh?
No.
Don't mind it.
Okay. He's probably got to run that.
Yeah.
Right? He's got to try and get it by this. And a shooter now is going to be outside that one.
Right.
Well, you could probably put it here so he doesn't even have a run
Actually, I like that shot.
Okay.
That's what we got
to
to
do.
You could put it here, eh?
Yeah, somewhere in here buried. Right? You've seen enough of them come down here. Right? Speed's good.
Oh, yeah,
right?
right there.
Here's the different philosophies with the two teams. Glenn's in trouble. He's going to draw his way out of it. When Jeff's in trouble, he tends to hit his way out of it.
Yeah, just get it buried in there.
I love Wayne's thinking here, though. If they get this in the right spot, there will be a yellow raise on the outturn side, but it might jam on that back rock.
It's really buried.
Can't
If it's
leave it
lost.
open. He plays the hack weight.
You have to have a lot of confidence in every member of the team. Jeff's going to have a chance for a big end here if the shot isn't made well. So you've got the thrower, Glenn Howard, has to have the feel. The brushers have to be so on top of this, and Wayne has to watch that line. This really goes at the end of the path.
If Jonathan, it's at 3 there. I don't think Glenn will be playing this shot. Gives him a chance to get out of it here.
Gotta go, guys. Gotta go hard.
Heading hard they are. Again.
Gotta go hard.
Lang on the left, Saville on the right.
Hard! Get by the second one. Go! Hard! Get by the second one. Go!
Trying to drag it, keep it alive, get everything out of the rock they can. Get it by the 1. Now, Madod joins it. Up on the corner. Will they get the shot there? They will. They'll get there.
That's pretty good.
For shot Stone.
Boy, they were lucky there.
He runs it back. It probably goes onto this one.
Yeah.
1 foot lighter was a hit for 4.
Good scrub, guys.
Yeah, I laid her down for them.
Hit it perfect here. Just catch this one. It might go straight back, eh? Hit half of this.
Yeah.
That might work. If it overcurls, I'd probably go nut, right?
Yep.
It's not the end of the world. So a little on that side.
Yeah, and if you got rid of everything and it spins out, he's going to hit this.
Or freeze to
He
it.
might have a double.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Do you like up weight then? Just try and hit here, right?
Whatever you like to make it.
Yeah, up weight's good then.
Okay.
Virtually dead on the nose here. It's
Just
a
a
very
hair
tough
across
shot,
the
but they
face,
have
right?
seen it.
Yeah.
Read through it twice. Hit it dead on here. Even if they hit the yellow one first, it could go back on the back red, but they want to hit the one that Glenn just threw off to the right-hand side of the sheet.
Reed side.
Big shot. If he crosses it, it's on the high side, hits the red on the inside. I think it's going to go straight back onto that red one, Linda.
Just a little bit across. Not much. Up weight, guys. Okay.
They're banking on this going straight. You saw the broom position right in the middle of the rock. He's trying to raise.
Jeff Stoughton at his first. Right now, shot Brock belongs to Glenn Howard. Nothing yet. Now, a little bit. Run it back. He's going to get his own, and he's going to take out the second Howard rock. Howard continues to sit 1 without the hammer.
Well, that was a disagreement on line call, and John Meade was right.
Yeah,
We were good. Okay.
to get on that a little sooner. That was so close to being perfect. The key for Glenn is he shot rock, so he can probably draw another one in here somewhere.
Well, I can top it out, but that is a double for 3.
Just straight draw. Just straight draw to there.
That would be gold too, wouldn't
Right? Just straight.
it? We are shot, eh?
Yeah.
That's pretty good, isn't it?
Just straight draw to there.
I can't hit too much of this, hey?
Even if it's hanging a bit, as long as we tell you to wait. Not to there and we roll into second. Experience good too, right?
Yep.
Yeah. But it's got to be T-line.
T-line or back four, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, what makes you nervous about this shot, if you just played the other turn that has so much finish, and this one's a little tricky. This does hang for a little while, similar to what we talked about going away, where it hung on the corner guard.
Great point. You hit this dead on. It's a double for possible 4, and the in-turn through the hole isn't easy, but that might be the easier shot of the two.
You never know.
They just moved the line in a little bit.
Draw, right through the hole.
Yeah, T-line.
Well, they're actually going through the hole in it. They're not going to. I guess that's option B, is to play the chap off the.
To play the wick. Main thing is to not set up a double. You want to sit 1-2, but not set anything up.
Clean it.
Lots.
Line's tight. Line's tight.
No, wait.
Whoa. Line's good. Line's good. Whoa. Line's good. Where is it? Whoa.
Howard's final stone
Whoa.
here in 4 right now is sitting one without last rock.
Really got a curl.
Hit it
Really
thick.
got a curl. Yep.
Hit it thick.
Yep. Whoa. On the shooter.
Shoot. Go.
And they will sit 2. They are. Edge of the 4.
I think it's good.
Center line, top
You
8.
just play that. It's easiest.
Luckily, we were playing through the hole because that under curled, and they got exactly plan B, and it's so important to have that second option up your sleeve.
Crap. You got it, Craig?
What do you think? Bumper on that one?
Bumper on
The yellow?
Oh, okay, yeah, you can do that.
Draw is pretty tough, eh? Like, you know, under curl, over curl.
Yeah, we just got to keep that high, right?
Yeah. Okay. Bumper.
Okay. Okay, let's go.
It should be good, I think.
Got it.
Is that just curl enough for... Oh, really? You got it? It's going to be 1-7, okay? I'm not the one...
What's he playing here, Russ?
I think he's playing a soft weight, like a board weight, raised his own yellow onto the Glen shot rock that just rolled to the back of the to the side of the forefoot. Dangerous shot. If it over curls, it's a steal of 2. Under curls, it could go right through the holes. It's all about the right line here. He could have played the draw through the hole, but if he ticks off the top red or this yellow and he's aiming at it, it's very tough. So pick your poison. They're both tough shots. Soft weight here.
Final stone, facing 2.
Yep.
Trailing 3-1.
Easy.
Jeff Stoughton.
Yep. Whoa.
Brothers Gould backing off now. Raise it.
Good.
And a beauty.
Very nice.
For the single here in 4. Howard gets the hammer back. Still leads by 1. After we're done here in Cranbrook, our next event will be in the new year, the first weekend. It will be at Casino Rama for the TSN Curling Skins game. And look at the field. Martin Cooey, Howard, Stoughton. Canadian champions, all. World champions, all. And we'll have the semifinals for you on the 7th and the final on the 8th as they play for $75,000 in total prize money. The TSN Curling Skins game, the first weekend of January. Welcome back to Cranbrook. This men's semifinal featuring 2 of those Skins teams, Howard and Stoughton. As we go to the 5th, the winner will move on to Sunday's final to play another Skins team in Kevin Martin.
Should be good. Whoa for line right now. Line's good.
That was a little bit of an escape
there
for
right
the
now,
Glen
but it's
Howard
good.
team. Made the right shots in that last in and got out of
Line's
trouble.
good.
But it
Line's
was
good
the
there.
first time, really, lots of pressure
Line's good
applied
for
by
3.
the Stoughton
Come on,
team.
Rama. Come on, guys. Hit it.
We'll see what Glen wants to do this end with hammer.
Keep going.
Come on, right up to it. Come on, go. Don't stop. Good.
Nice brush shouldn't be there. Good. I just lost strokes. I kind of.
Center guard come around, and there is the come around and back to top 8 foot, and now it's the angle game in that center area.
Line's good. Close. Line's a little tighter. Whoa.
Line's fine.
Whoa.
No bounce.
Close.
No bounce.
Whoa.
Line only.
Whoa.
Line only.
Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa.
Good shot.
That's a good shot. Swept it a bit, I guess.
But you mine too tight.
What's that?
You mine too tight.
Top 12.
Top 12, eh?
Yeah, just bare an inch.
Beautiful curling the way the first one's dead on the center line, nice and tight. 3 nice come arounds. Angles are perfect. Nobody overthrowing. That's the secret.
Mine's good.
In the third end, we saw the same path and a series of freezes made to the button, and it looks like they've really figured out this spot. It seems that this turn curls, whereas the other side of the sheet doesn't, and it's almost the opposite going the other way.
This one better go. He's got it out quite a bit wider. I think this plan B here going to go around, try to get around everything here.
Okay, it's not bad, actually.
That works.
Yeah, got a little rub and roll.
I think one of the things that separates these 3 teams from many others is that Plan B call. It has to be made pretty quickly if you're going to get something like that out of it. And they did a nice job.
You just saw it with Glenn's the last shot, too. They were quite fortunate. Glenn was trying to draw through the hole, ran a little straight on him, and they swept it enough to bury the one and rolled just enough to sit 2 and force Jeff to a tough shot. You have to be thinking all the time of those Plan Bs.
Wait.
Strong?
You got 2, right? Does ours go out? Yeah, it probably does, eh? This one, the middle one might go too.
Problem is, if you hit it there, that could easily stay.
What if we just tapped it?
You want to get into this?
I don't know. It's still early. It's only 1 guard.
Yeah.
It's pretty close. We can run it later. We just tap it.
Tap the red one?
Yeah, so this one will be then right
Just got to watch you don't shoot a roll over, give him the double off, but yeah.
off the top ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it is. It's hard to do. I'd love to tap it. If you could ever hit 3/4 of it.
That's real good, isn't it?
What's
What
that?
is?
Just tap it. And move this a foot.
Yeah, that's real good. Then this is in here.
Yeah, okay, you just don't want to do
Depends
this.
where your shooter goes. He might,
Gives him that.
he might be able to do this too.
This wouldn't be terrible if I chipped that.
Okay. Yeah, play it tight.
Play tight.
Yeah.
All right. So just T-line. Solid T.
Yeah.
Talked about running the guard in, which I tried to describe there. Yellow onto red, moves the yellow and opens it up a little bit. It probably would leave both yellows in the rings, but it cleans it off. I think that was Glenn's theory. He's looking at the score, but he's always playing the percentages. He's 1 up. He's got the hammer. Why get into this is what he said.
I love that point. Do you want to get into it? Because they feel comfortable. Glenn Howard got that deuce in the first end and feels comfortable with the game the way it is right now. You don't want to give up a chance for the opposition to get you in trouble.
A blank end to be a victory with it. You know, you're up with the hammer. The more ends you can burn, the better chance you have of winning.
Whoa, line only. Whoa.
Brent Lang.
Line only.
Whoa.
Little heavy.
Oh, stick as we can. Great shot.
Okay, attaboy.
Pistol.
That's what we wanted.
Yeah, it's not bad. Would have been nice
right.
to curl it.
Is it? It isn't. I think if they can get to the inside here, Linda, you might be able to make that. Well, the red double should go. It depends on what happens with that yellow, closest yellow one.
Bumper. Bump, guys.
Just on the inside here, try to hit the second red as thin as possible.
And you might catch the
yellow,
the top yellow.
Yep.
The concern always was with that last shot, where will the shooter go? And
Yeah.
you always have to be aware of that and what you'll leave.
Whoa! Oh.
And this one's running.
Oh my God.
That's bad.
Okay.
It's not good at all.
It's fine. Really?
Gary.
That one just did not want to curl.
Did not work out well, and the yellow one behind the line, which helps Glenn, if anything.
Reed Carruthers
Board.
obviously not happy, remembering now that it is
What does he do?
Glenn Howard that has the last draw
throws
here
the
in this
board.
fifth.
He comes around with the out turn to the top of the button. We're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fairly straight here. Yeah.
Good break game wide open here all of a sudden. One little mistake. There'll be a lot of red in here.
Hooray! Hooray! Whoa, whoa! Salvo. Go way over. Go. Sorry.
The reason they're upset, they roll, they made a nice shot, punched it through the hole, nice control weight, but where he's rolled, there's now a double, and if the double's made, the yellow rock should be buried.
Third. 1/3. You want to go here? Doesn't matter. Whatever you like. You're done.
John needs to make a double here.
Yep. Whoa. Pretty hard. Yep.
Mead in his first.
Hard.
Trying to bail them out of some trouble.
Good.
1 and 2, and there they go. Reminiscent of some of the play at last year's Brier.
Yeah, John was special. He really was.
Thanks, Brett.
Hit that in a perfect spot. He even rolled enough that he can get at that red one if he has a chance later.
Almost nose.
Are those yellows lined up for Madar?
Pretty close, Vic. Dangerous, though. If you ever hit the guard on the wrong side, you'll run that yellow one that John just threw into the shot rock. But if you hit it a little on our left-hand side, there might be a triple.
Bill.
Yeah, I know.
Wayne loves this shot. Out turned down the center line. He'll tell you it's his favorite.
Wow.
Saville and Lang don't do
Yeah,
anything.
whoa,
All on its own.
Oh.
And you'll get rid of 2. I mean, that's tough, Linda, to call on the brushing so late in a stone that fast.
Well, they're trying to make this so precise. They actually wanted to try and get the other yellow on the way by, and that's why Wayne looked disappointed. It was such a nice shot.
Order.
But that's the kind of precision they're playing
stick
with.
it. Whatever you like. Yeah, I think we just. Hey, John. Hack. I like it, Johnny. Nose is in the end of the road, right?
Yeah, it's a pretty steep double. It'd be very thin. John would have to hit about an inch of that top red to make the double. So this tap back and a little roll makes more sense. Has to roll buried, though. If he leaves it open, there's going to be a double to sit 3.
A little quiet. Whoa. That's good weight. Whoa. Weight's good. Whoa. Close. Whoa. No. Yep. Come on, Grandma. Hard.
Going to crumb across the nose just a little bit. Inside flip. You bet,
John.
How good is that? I mean, that ability to throw the up weight first stone and draw it back and play within yourself to throw this one.
And it's the kind of thing a third has to do. They have to play all the shots, and in one end, you're right, Vic, you have to alternate the weights and make them perfectly, and he did just that.
Nice shot. Yep.
They might take a crack at the run back again. Wayne just threw it beautifully.
Whoa. Gotta go to move it. Whoa. What's that?
Just trying to move them to the back of the 8-foot, maybe just touch the 12, keep them in play.
Yeah, I think, and try to get as close to the center line as you can.
Hard, guys. Move if you can. Hard! You gotta go, guys. You gotta go, guys. You gotta go hard.
Not enough to move it. Shot stone still belongs to Stoughton. I thought maybe they would play a little bit more weight at it and just move them back.
I think that's what they tried, and then you could hear the front end say, we got to go to move it. So I think Wayne underthrew it a hair, and they couldn't go because of the line. And then they waited and waited till they got the line, and that ran out of speed. But yeah, right. Ideally, you bump that back another foot or so.
Yeah.
Good try just the same.
Well, right
He's got the intern tap, though, eh? The way it comes in there.
Yeah, but then you're still going to have that on your next one, right? There's going to be a rock in front. Boy, you make it. If he makes a little tap, right? We've got 3. You make this run.
No, but he might be able to sit 2 if he taps this.
No, you're right here.
If we're in front. Yeah, or do we want to make this right now? Well, we're going to sit here maybe, eh?
Yeah.
Well, or I could roll up.
I think you save it, Jeff. You're not
you like
happy?
that?
Yeah, he's
the
going to draw
save they're
into,
talking
right?
about is using the
Yeah.
redstone that's half 8 foot to get into the middle.
Okay. I think that's
instead
a shot.
playing to the face of the red one on the first one.
Unless he's going to play it off mine, eh?
Might.
You know what I mean? For here, he's probably going to go whack, whack.
Yeah.
By over curl especially, it's good for him.
And then he's got to run for 3.
Bunch. Maybe we should play it then, eh?
Okay.
Put a little more Gatorade in mine, Garth.
It's quarter.
Great thinking there. They thought to go yellow, where I've just drawn that rock at the top of the 4-foot. That then might give Glenn this shot that I've illustrated. Red. Glenn comes off his zone, takes out Jeff's yellow, and then Jeff's in a bit of trouble. So they've decided to take that away from Glenn by playing it themselves. Good thought process there. This is a tough shot, though. You got to hit this really thin.
Yeah, the angle is more difficult than you think.
Yep. Half a rock misses it, so he has to be borderline missing this rock to make it properly. Probably an inch to an inch and a half of this rock.
More. Okay. Up, wait.
Okay, right on.
Oh, out turn.
So if he hits it exactly where that broom is, it's actually too much. It has to hit less than that. That's a small piece of real estate Jeff's aiming at here. We know a couple of rocks have run straight here.
Up. Close, though.
Jeff Stoughton and his first.
Close. Whoa.
Come on. Off one. Punch it.
Right out, Steve. Go.
Yeah, moves it enough. It's for third shot.
Another half an inch, and that was golden.
Just a little full, eh? Not bad.
I thought you were real good, Jeff.
Pretty close, eh?
The unfortunate part for him is where the yellow one did go. I got punched back a little bit, and it's fairly open. So close to perfect.
Yep. Back 12, right? Right here. Okay. Yeah, that's good.
Just want to tap him. Like, I'm going to try and throw back 12.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, exactly.
So trying to play the shot that he may have wanted Madad to play with his last one.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Same idea.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, get them behind the tee line. If he moves these back a little bit, there's a wee bit of a wall. Glenn will be on the center line, so Jeff's going to have to move it, and then there'll be space to move Jeff's out of there.
Clean it.
Yep.
Whoa. Clean it. Whoa. Wait only. Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. Hard.
Whoa.
Clean it. Clean it. Off. Needs the finish. Whoa.
Thanks.
Is the shot stone for the moment?
Yeah,
Maybe hoping, Linda, that stone came across the face a little bit more, got past the nose?
Yes, because if you look at all the discussions they've had so far, you can come through the hole to the button, and then you're on the correct angle for Jeff on that red stone. I mean, it's a tricky spot. You're playing at the tee line and back, so just about perfect.
In hindsight, less weight, but I think Glenn felt he could throw that much weight and still get the curl. It just didn't quite finish.
Hey, guys.
Couldn't wreck in that situation either.
Bury it.
Jeff could make this with the other turn, just so draw weight, get to the inside of this, but there's so much curl. They know this in-turn side. Top of the button, half buried would be ideal, or fully buried, frozen.
Jeff Stoughton and his final stone here in 5.
Line's good. It's real good. Room right now. Where do you want it, Johnny? Whoa. Just for weight. Where do you want it? Right on top of the top button.
Gotta go. Gotta go.
Come on. Brothers and Gould are going hard at it now. One at the top button.
Come on, go.
A little bit more. And did they get in there for shot? They did. Wow.
Well done, guys.
Well done indeed.
Beauty. Just
perfect. I don't think you can get
almost done.
Tough score.
Yeah. Come on.
You didn't think this really had a chance.
Go. Just touch the top of it. Go. Come on, go.
And look at that. Brothers with every last stroke to get it to just to bite the button. And that is your shot rock.
Yeah, just hit it. You don't have to be in shape to play this sport.
You got to hit it pretty thin.
Real thin and in and on.
Does it have to come up?
Yeah.
I got to hit it pretty thin.
I don't like.
One's huge here, boys.
Oh yeah. Let's get one for sure. I think as long as it doesn't quiver, right?
Yeah, I think it's there. I think that's easier than this come around top.
Straight on this angle, it comes in. Right, he's not touching it.
Glenn just wants to hit it a little on the outside.
Or you think more weight?
And try to move it over this way a little bit. If it hits this yellow rock, it might actually carry him a little bit that way and
maybe
end
a little extra weight would be better.
in this situation right there for shot rock. Has to hit it awfully thin.
Now, Linda, did I hear somebody say bouncing it off the Yellowstone back and actually coming back up and moving the stone at the top of the button?
Well, that's what they were talking about. Now, they have to be a little bit careful with the weight here. Remember, this is the spot where you throw a little extra weight, it goes straight, and they have to find a weight that they know the curl.
I really can't hit this too thin, really. It's
No,
pretty
I don't
hard.
think so.
That's what I'm thinking.
No. I think a quarter's ideal. Third.
I think a quarter's ideal as well. Just bored, guys.
I think as thin as he can possibly hit it. There's no way he can go across the top, and the thinner, the better chance. I think much more than a quarter. It's just going to jam. I don't think it's going to be shot rock. He has to get past the 12 o'clock position of that yellow rock.
Final stone here in 5. You heard Howard say, you know, 1 is really important, boys. Leading 3-2, going to the break, pick up another point. Really thin now, really thin. Then just bounce it over, really thin. Oh, that's enough to do it. Played perfectly by Glenn Howard to get his single here in 5. Midway through this semifinal. It's been a terrific game so far.
The 2011 Capital One Canada Cup is brought to you by World Financial Group. Proud to be a sponsor of the Season of Champions. Your dreams, our strategies. The 2011 Capital One Canada Cup is brought to you by Scotty's Facial Tissue. Stylish designs for any room. By M&M Meat Shops. Hundreds of meal ideas, one aisle. And by Tim Hortons. Perfect gifts for the coffee lover. It's time for Tim's.
Through the first 5 of this semifinal of the Canada Cup, the only deuce was scored in the first end of play. Howard with the hammer. And remembering again, as you said, 67% of games won by that team scoring first.
Well, and this is the kind of game we expected from Glenn Howard, the soft shots, the taps. He uses them to set up the score. That's what happened in the first end. With his first, got the tap, sat 2, and eventually got the deuce. But also you can use that soft kind of tap to prevent scoring, to get your team out of trouble. That's what happened in 4. Stoughton setting up, has yellow rocks all over the place. This beautiful little tap, Chapin lie to sit 2, took the end away from Jeff Stoughton. And these kind of shots have been the difference in the game, in a very well-curled game so far.
So it's time to check the numbers after 5 and what numbers they are.
Terrific numbers, but look at what we expect. Draw percentage bigger for Howard, hit percentage bigger for Stoughton. Overall, so close. Glenn Howard currently at 100%.
The numbers after 5 are brought to you by Tim Hortons. It's time for Tim's. Jeff Stoughton's saying it's time for a comeback. The lady on the right of the screen, that is Chelsea Carey. The gentleman on the extreme left, that's Dan Carey, and he was a former Canadian champion, playing with Vic Peters back in '92 when they won the Brier. And it will be Chelsea Carey against Jennifer Jones. Women's final. We'll have it for you tomorrow morning. Make a note of the time, 11 a.m. Eastern time. So it's an all Manitoba final for that spot in the curling trials in Winnipeg in December of 2013. Another Manitoba team here. Jeff Stoughton looking to come back, down 4-2, as we welcome you back to Cranbrook on this Saturday night. And Stoughton, Jeff Stoughton, does have the last rock here in the 6th end of play, playing the Yellowstone.
A little comment on that last throw by Craig, that he said it, he put it wide, because that took a long time to get anywhere near the middle, and they were a little concerned at first that it actually might even
good, boys.
stop.
Line's good. Heads up,
But it's in the rings, and now Jeff Stoughton will play the corner.
Weight's good.
Setting it as a polite term for missing the broom.
By quite a bit in that case.
Shot.
And Jeff is trying out that other side of the sheet that we wondered about earlier.
Yeah, there has to be more curl on the intern side. It really does. Plus, you have 8 right-handed curlers here. You're coming from the outside hack in that situation. So you're going to get a little more curl on that intern side than you are on an outturn side.
A little bit.
You saw that both Craig and Steve are business owners. Craig is an appraiser, while Steve owns his own roofing company called Gould and Sons.
Well, I'm not sure how you'd read the ice off those 2 throws, because they are pretty dramatically different. But it gives Steve Gould a chance to play a little hit and flop behind cover.
Yep. Got it, Johnny. Whoa. Yep. Come on, you got it, boys. Yep. I got it. Go.
Shot, Stevie.
Great sweep, guys.
Well swept.
Playing a great role in behind cover.
Shot, Steve.
I guess this way.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, an inch further in.
Yep. Well. Yep. Well.
Yeah.
Trying to catch the Stoughton team at their game, playing the run back.
Norwood just drives it by, and he rolls the shooter over to sit center line.
Bumper. Hey.
Well, they're so close. You look like you've missed the rock in the house by a fair amount, but the contact on the stone that you're trying to raise, it's just a fraction off when you miss that. Unfortunately, you've now left a guard, a rock wide open, and the yellow one in the rings.
Reed Carruthers is a substitute teacher in the Louis Riel School District.
Down heavy. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Hard. Hard, guys. Hard to go. Hard. An inch at least.
Yeah, he got a little bit of a roll away.
That's pretty good.
It's definitely a double here.
It is, eh?
Yeah.
Not too steep, eh?
Well, it's a bit steep, Vic, but it's definitely there. Need some speed here. A solid half, maybe a little more than half. It's right where the broom is. This obviously doesn't throw much.
Hard. Whoa.
Fred Lang is the operations manager for Weedman.
Hard.
One. And enough, you bet.
Surprised Jeff hit that, Lindy. You could have gone around top button, or you could have frozen to the inside of it. It was a tough double for Glenn's team, but it obviously was there. He has to get something going soon.
Yeah, it just goes back to his preferred style of getting those front rocks out and then trying to generate the points with the hits and rolls. It gets a little dangerous, especially when you're not getting things going against this Howard team.
Hard! Gotta go, guys! All the way, hard!
Gould and Meade.
Hard to stick.
Trying to hold the line on it.
Oh, boy.
And they will hold it enough as it spins to the back edge of the 8.
Marcel helped us in the summer, eh?
Good sweep, guys.
Here's a curling a bit, eh?
Yeah, mine are, yeah. Yeah,
Good shot, buddy.
Good news about that, he wanted to roll Barry, but it's behind the tee line. Glenn has to hit it with a 2-point lead and no hammer.
Yep,
so there's going to be a shot here for Jeff, an aggressive shot, no matter what Glenn's team does.
Wayne is the CEO, general manager at the Port Carling Golf and Country Club. And that was the other thing, you know, he said to me earlier today, is that his position there, the golfing allows him to play a little bit more in the winter.
Yeah, it's freed him up from previous jobs to be able to curl as much as you'd like to.
Just behind the line. Back 8-ish.
Two options: come around the center guard or freeze to the one at the back 8 foot, and they've chosen the freeze. The tricky part of this is really just the path, knowing how to get there.
John works for Yes Winnipeg.
Mine's good.
Promotion company for the city.
Mine's good. Whoa, if you can, guys. This is for Wayne. Mine's good. Get close.
Yep. It's real good.
Tapping. Yes.
Whoa,
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 whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa,
no, can't. Can't. Too hard. All right, good try. Good shot.
Good try. Almost the perfect line, actually, and it's 4 inches heavy. But he's right. It'll go. Wayne should be able to make this with his eyes shut.
Whoa.
Anything on the high side with a little bit of speed.
Pick it. Wayne.
Whoa.
Dear me. Wow.
Well, that was a thin pick.
I had a good idea.
Same way, John.
What did he say? He said I threw that shot a couple ends ago. I had a pretty good idea.
Aggressive sweeping call. I'll let you call that one.
I say it's exactly the same as a couple ends ago, right?
Yeah, but he missed the one a couple of ends ago, right?
It's a good point.
Exactly.
Different spot, too. It was over on that side of the sheet, but this is much wider. But Wayne knew what he was doing. He got it out of there. Jeff, he's trying to freeze here, hoping that Glenn will peel everything and then play the come around. But I'd be tempted to play the come around right now. You play Minter and come around, you get it half buried. This Howard Rock at the back could be problematic.
How much of it, Linda, is if you do come around the center line guard, is it knowing you're running back a Howard stone?
Yeah, I thought they might do it, though, knowing Glenn was up next. It's not that Glenn can't make those shots, but it's sort of the thing you expect from Wayne Middaugh, the third for the Howard team. And maybe you take the chance when Glenn's about to play that you come around that guard.
And as you mentioned earlier, runbacks aren't simple. You're half an inch wide or narrow, you miss it. Whereas this shot, you can hit this anywhere from almost dead on to a quarter of a rock. So you've got about 5 inches of error here.
Yep. Gotta go. Hard.
Probably the most famous beer store manager ever. And that is Glenn Howard. He manages the beer store in Midland, Ontario.
Good throw.
Thanks.
Yeah, he's got to go there.
Yeah, wait for sure.
Right, Rama?
Yeah.
Full 4, eh?
So no question now. They tried it a couple of times to play the freeze, hoping to get a mistake.
Half 4, Jeff? Or?
Yeah, half 4.
Here's the come around.
Well, if he's on the button, you can just straight freeze. It's a pretty tough draw for 2.
Yeah. He's good, though.
Okay, Jeffrey.
So Jeff Stoughton settles in. Jeff,
John.
a manager of business systems for Air Canada. Interesting, you know, everyone is very excited about the Winnipeg Jets and the Jets returning to Winnipeg. But one of the things it's done, and it's taken a lot of the sponsorship money out of
back button right
the
now.
city and out of other sports. And
he's got a rock.
teams that are suffering because of that
Stay with it, Reed.
are a team like
You can't, Jeff. Cannot sweep it.
Jeff Stoughton, Canadian and world champion. He could not, still cannot to this day, find a lead sponsor, a sponsor to fill up that chest of his on his shirt. And he says it's wonderful that the Winnipeg Jets are back. But in fact, people have poured so much money into this first year. Possibly next year, it could change.
Yeah, and it's a real shame. You know, they're unbelievable athletes, all these top teams, and they get great exposure for their sponsors. They're on TV a lot, same teams. You get 4 Grand Slams that are televised. You get all the the skins game, everything else. It really, I don't quite understand it. It doesn't seem to be a sexy thing in the boardroom, I guess, for the people to make that decision.
Yeah, you gotta go. 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 Hard. Whoa, whoa.
Clean. I don't think you need to panic in this spot, even if it is a little tight.
No.
Solid hack.
Here, coach.
No, you don't, John. Holy cow. Huh? You guys are strong.
You sounded panicked.
Well, I looked it a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, it just, when you hit it, and it backed right off. Like
I probably don't hit half a guard if we switch to mine.
Careful. You guys are good.
No, he's making fun of them because when you compare
add to my complex about that hair broom.
Saville and Lang to other brushers, they don't have the physiques. They're not as bulky as some we've seen,
I think they're dead even.
but they still manage to get the job done.
They're in shape, Vic. They really are, and they've got speed. They don't have the strength of a Ben Hebert, but they're pretty quick, and these new brooms are very, very effective.
And they're great judges, and a lot of it is knowing when to do it as well.
I also think, as to your point, Linda, that's a straight spot too. So maybe it was a good thing he was a little bit narrow. Just going to try to blank here.
Yep.
Final stone, it's 4-2.
Yep.
And he'll face a couple here with his last Stoughton.
Go with it, Stevie.
1 and 2, back it up. Back it up. Enough. Steve Gould trying. Come on, drag it, Steve. Come on, drag it, Steve. Come on, Steve. And it'll stop on the edge of the 12.
No. It's amazing. I was actually.
And Stoughton will be forced to take the single.
Behind the D-line.
Gave it a go, didn't he? 4-3 Howard. Well, two members of the reigning Canadian Women's Championship team on the right. That's Amber Holland and her third, Kim Schneider. They struggled this season and struggled this year's Canada Cup going 2-4, but we will see them at the World Financial Group Continental Cup. They'll be part of the North American team that includes Stephanie Lott and Patty Lang for the U.S., Glenn Howard, Jeff Stoughton, Pete Fenson. Against Team World, Binghu Wang just won the Asian Championships again. Eve Muirhead is representing Scotland at the Euros going on in Russia. And we'll have it for you from Langley, BC, January 12th through the 15th. And Annette Norberg, of course, will be there too, the reigning world champion, rather. And you can get tickets. Go to curling.ca/tickets, Langley Event Center, east of Vancouver. Eve Muirhead this past summer had the scare of her life. She's out golfing. You know that she's a scratch golfer. Yes. She was attacked by wasps, and they had to take her to hospital.
Wow.
Yeah.
Line's good.
So we'll
right over curl.
be looking forward to seeing Eve and Binghu Wang.
A little tighter if you can.
Well, I really like the last call by Glenn Howard.
Guys.
It's something we see a little less in Canada. We see a lot of it in Europe. The teams like to play the split on the front stones. Keep it simple. Make sure you have a good shot with your last. And it was perfectly played.
Just a great call. Bonus, too. The yellow one's not in the rings. The Howard Rock is. And a great opportunity here to score some points.
Whoa. Whoa, it's heavy.
I think the weight's close, boys.
Rope. Line only.
Got a lot of
line only.
We don't want this very deep. It's too deep.
Slow down, please.
Stop.
What do you think?
Stop. Stop.
Stop. Stop.
Okay, Saville.
Back button, Reed.
Lock it on.
A little sigh from Glenn there. It's just not in the right spot.
Set.
A little bit later would have made more sense. But just a shade heavy on release.
What you're trying to do is give yourself more room, and with that one coming into 4-foot, we're back to that situation earlier. Well, Glenn actually was forced to take a single on a really tough shot.
That's right.
Weight's real good. Rope.
Top four.
That's what Jeff Stoughton's thinking here. A force here puts him 2 down. He ties the game with a deuce in the 8th, and a force in 9. He's only 1 down with a hammer.
Yep.
If he can go 2-1-2, he can win this game. But he needs a force right here. Wow, another mistake.
Quick one, maybe?
Just heavy.
No, quick rock.
Oh, okay.
Thought you were pretty good, Reed.
What's that?
Thought you were pretty good.
Yeah?
I like this.
Right there. What I was thinking too.
All the rocks are not created equally. They're talking now about a little bit quicker
Brent.
rock there. It's very possible. Should have had that figured out in practice, though.
Yeah, it's funny, it's just showing up now. At least they're just talking about it now. You wonder if maybe it's just a little piece of ice.
Not heavy. Not heavy. Ballpark, though. Don't kill it. No. Well, we can. Needs to curl. Well, easy, guys. Wayne, if you have to. Gotta go. Full 8. Full 8. Well, we can. Full 8. Low still if you can. Go, go, go,
Full
go,
8,
go, go.
Wayne,
Line's
go.
good. Go, go,
Right
guys.
across
Go,
the center.
go,
Right
go.
across. Go, 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 go. Go, Wayne. Go, 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 go. Whoa,
Very nice.
Whoa, whoa.
Shot, Langer. Good boy.
Sweeping, boys.
Boy, Wayne.
Shot, Langer.
Well, already doing a little scouting. Gentleman in the middle is Jules Oucher, the longtime coach of the Kevin Martin team. On the right is Ben Ebert and Mark Kennedy on the left. And we talk about great brushing. We know what they can do. But they should be familiar with these stones. As mentioned earlier, these are the Olympic stones.
It's real good.
Used at the games
Yep.
a year and a half ago.
Back line, Jeff. Whoa. Whoa.
It just gets close to the line and really duck across here. They have to wait until it's by.
Whoa.
Here it goes.
I got this one.
Easy, easy, easy.
Shot
Good
read.
shot read. It's good. It's not bad at all.
Beauty.
I know what you said earlier, Linda, about
What's that? Yeah.
I think you can.
Stoughton thinking force.
Okay.
But by doing this and letting those red stones pile up in there, how dangerous is this
Whatever you
plan?
want.
There is some risk for sure. It just takes one mistake by the Stoughton team and things to set up for Glenn, and you're going to see a big end.
Just run it.
I know, you got to miss this one. Okay.
You can see Glenn's
This way?
thinking now, though, too. He doesn't want to get trapped either, and so he's back to thinking about opening it up.
Exactly. Play the scoreboard. You have to control that scoring area. When you hammer, they're one up. They don't have to take any chances here. Rip this guard. Jeff's going to have to work to put some pressure on them. I like the call.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Good. Okay. What? Ooh.
That doesn't look too bad to me.
Hey?
Hit the guard all day.
No, I know. It's a pretty good position.
Shot, Brent.
Do we want to do that? If we nose it and wiggle that bad one, it's good too. Yeah? Hack.
That's what I was thinking, but...
John Meade.
Close the bump. Yep. Whoa. Close. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Yep. Yep. Whoa. 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 Okay.
They're lined up for him, it looks like. Huh?
A good throw, but that's all he could do is an awfully short run back here for Wayne.
That's what I said. Behind, try and roll behind the corner.
Uh-oh. Timeout.
What are you thinking? What are you thinking?
Make the double.
Well, it just goes right into this.
No, it doesn't.
With any weight, it does. Just board.
Just miss it?
Just board. Yeah, well, just make it, right?
Okay.
With just board.
Are we trying to make the double?
Yeah, oh, yeah, of course. But just board? Yeah.
Double and roll.
This, to me,
like,
we talked earlier about
Hit it, half a rock just goes right in ours.
Richard Hart.
Okay. So you got to play with
This is
board.
the dynamic, to my mind, watching that.
What's that?
Or you rip it.
It goes right to the side of ours.
Because Richard wasn't the skip, hadn't played skip.
Wayne, fairly straight here.
Wayne is a former skip. Does he have more input, do you believe, than Richard?
Well, I like the way he does it. They have a slightly different style, Richard and Wayne, and I think Wayne is a little more definitive, maybe goes to the hit shot a little faster than Richard did, because that is the kind of shot that Wayne makes on a regular basis. So he just provides a different kind of input.
No roll, no roll, no roll, no roll, no roll. No roll.
Oh, he just runs it by. Just missing the thin double.
Okay. It's real straight there.
That's okay, though. What's that? Yeah.
Not sure why Wayne didn't believe the double would go past that back red, and I'm sure it would have if he hit it thin enough. But the guard's gone.
Like I said, I could have hipped it, hammered it, and jammed it in the outside.
Now it's up to John to make a guard, and we've said many times that's not an easy proposition on some of these sheets. Goes straight for a while, then it cranks over.
It's a much tougher shot than drawing the 4-foot. And people back home will know, anybody that's done any curling at any level, drawing a 4-foot's not simple. This is harder because you have to have exact speed to keep the line. There's a good example. He's a little bit light here. It's starting to curl.
Okay, Johnny.
Just stopped in time.
Oh, wow.
But it's a little longer and does leave lots of room to get by, and you definitely can play taps on this ice.
We saw Glenn get around that guard in the first end when it was dead buried, and this is actually 10-20% easier shot.
Yep.
Chance to sit two.
Whoa, whoa. Wait only. Wait's good. Whoa. 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 Off. Off. Just hack.
Whoa.
Off.
Whoa.
It's real nice.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Off.
Always the late finish.
Clean, 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 clean.
Off.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
And there it is.
Yep, 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 yep.
Go, go, go. Attaboy.
Great throw.
Well, you just got to believe that it's going to eventually move, don't you?
And again, it was set up by a slightly missed guard. The guards are really tough to make. And the worst part about John's guard, as you mentioned, it's a wee bit long. So if Jeff makes this roll perfect, there's still room to get at it. The guard had to be a couple feet deeper and a little bit to the right. Dangerous situation this late in the game to give up another deuce.
How hard, Jeff?
Yeah, like bumperish.
Yeah, John was bumpy.
Yeah.
What are you throwing? Bump.
You can roll partly open on the intern side, cross the center line here, roll about 3 feet and be showing a little piece on the right-hand side of our sheet, then it might jam on that back red.
Heavy bump.
Skip Stones here in the 7th.
Close. Whoa. Yep.
Whoa. Jeff
Heavy,
Stoughton.
John. Yes. Hard. Hard. Whoa. Go, 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 go.
There was nothing left there.
I know, I thought it was going too far, Steve.
Great try.
Based on how mine rolled, I thought it was going way too far. Based on how mine rolled, I thought it was going too far.
I can take roll.
Shit.
Shot. Oh, just be nice to be poking out the other side.
7?
7.
Hack?
Yeah.
They're so tough. You could play 50 of those with the perfect weight and still miscall a lot of them. It's so hard to hit that exact right spot. A little bit thinner, the rock starts to spin. It rolls way farther.
With that light weight, you're thinking you've got to hit it a little thinner, but it's tricky. Leaves the same shot for Glenn as he just played with Wayne.
Clean. Whoa, off, off. Here more than you. Whoa, off.
So a little bit more weight.
Here more than you.
That'll finish at the end, though.
No, 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 no. Gotta sit too. Gotta sit it. No, 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 no.
And we'll sit in time. And with the last rock, with the hammer here in 7th, Howard is sitting 2.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I guess.
Would you come the other way?
Yeah, you could. You could for sure, Vic.
There is the hit and roll.
You can really obviously get there either way.
Yeah, it's still going to be
in here, in there, doesn't really matter. But what Wayne was screaming about there, he was trying to get the sweepers off it. If they could keep that rock up there, wherever Jeff put the next one, he has to be shot rock. There would be an in-off off of Glenn's own rock. He just rolled that a little bit too far.
Yeah. Got to get a deuce. You might give us an easy deuce on the way back.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Not in love with the roll. No, I'm not a fan of the roll.
Time out.
So here we go.
What do you like, Jeff?
This is where the teams are being punished this year in this
Like
talk
we're playing
time.
game?
Now they've called a timeout.
Or we
They
do
have
that,
2 of
give
them
them
at 90 seconds.
Well, why would you roll that way if you're going to want to give him 2?
Well, then he draws for 2.
Well, why not roll under?
Well, but if you roll here,
you roll
it's
here,
game.
you give up 4.
Give up 4. If you roll here, you're guaranteed you're only
Well, I
going to give up 2.
understand that, but I think you can make.
Even if I roll here, it's still
2.
Well, if I'm here, it's 4.
Big guy coming through.
Or 3.
What do you like?
Or if I draw here, it's got to be
So, fifth player Garth Smith makes his way down.
Does it?
You got to over,
we
maybe
can draw here
overbury
and
a
peek it
bit,
a
eh?
bit, and then
It's got
Outturn and overbury it, maybe.
just peek it out the outturn side a little bit.
what? If anything, you want to show this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Bury it perfectly again, like you did a couple ends or whatever.
Yeah,
And that was.
just got to get it over enough.
Well, it'll get over, Jeff.
Well, what do you think, John?
What do you like?
Well, it's either, like I said, either we give up an easy deuce.
Reed wanted to hit.
Is he?
The problem with the hit is
Yeah.
like.
I don't like the roll.
Even here, it's.
The roll is still 2. So
Yeah, no matter where we roll, I think we're giving up 2, right? Even if I roll it back to here, he's made that. They've made that 3 times.
makes that for fun.
So
So why take the risk? And
You
yeah,
can't
that's,
have.
it's either, I think it's that. I think you either draw or you hit and flop a hair.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you got to draw. Yeah.
Okay.
There's the 90 seconds.
So right here, just peek it out a little bit, I
So
guess.
half in the 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or biting, as long as we're shot. As long as we're shot.
Okay.
So once again, clock is in for the talk time.
Okay.
What are we playing? What are we playing? Draw.
Straight come around, Vic. He's going to play the outturn side with a bit of an over curl. They can afford to get it over to about this area, but if it's any farther to the right,
Yeah, we have to.
Glenn will be able to hammer that in this way and possibly take out that back yellow.
No chance of playing the intern at this.
Yep. Yeah, you could. But there's so much curl, you'd have to go almost out to the boards to make it curl. You'd be out in the frosty area then. So I think this is the best way. They played it quite a few times. There shouldn't be a problem overbearing this.
Linda, it surprises me a little bit that they're playing the draw only because they played the hits. And they know they haven't been getting the rolls. But at least when you hit something, you're eliminating a stone. If you don't make this perfectly, it could lead to a bundle.
The only hit they were talking about is hitting and rolling to give up a deuce, and I guess the decision is if we give up a deuce, the game's over. So they're taking the huge risk of playing the draw.
Gotta curl. Gotta go. Hard. Go.
Not bad, Jeff.
What the best he could do.
He buries it. Shot stone, top of the button.
Perfect world. It curls 2 inches more and it's a little bit higher. But it is over buried by a fraction. But this is kind of Glenn's specialty. He burned him on it in the first end and a tap to possibly score as many as 3. Just had to curl another couple inches.
I'm going to try and give you hair later.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's dead buried, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sort of back line or something?
The edge of it. Yeah. Get anywhere near the guard, it's going to almost nose it.
Yeah.
This is one of those where it doesn't look
Just
pretty
back
from the
line?
hack because the rock is behind cover, but they've seen this one. It will get by there, and Tapik, you can probably nose tap this one.
Yeah, one of the front end Langer, Savo said, you know what, we'll get it by the guard. It'll get to the nose. There's that much curl, and we've seen the curl. Right now, it's a stolen point for Stoughton. Final rock on the way here in 7. Glenn Howard. How close to the guard? How close to the guard? That close. Can they get to the nose? No, they won't. Will they punch it out? Yes, they do. Will it sit in time? Yes, it does. And we'll count them up for 3 for Howard here in 7. Stoughton took his chances, and he paid for it. The holiday lights, Rotary Park. The NHL on TSN continues Monday. The Coyotes battle the Blackhawks. Live coverage begins 8 p.m. Eastern on TSN2 and TSN Mobile TV. And this wonderful building, the Recplex here in Cranbrook. Kootenay Ice are on a 9-game road trip. In fact, they're playing 5 games. Or 4 games in 5 days before coming home. They're currently leading their division, the Central Division.
What do you say? I said it a bit.
The reigning Western Hockey League champions. 7-3. What a big 3 it was by Howard in the 7th. So Stoughton will have the last rock playing the Yellowstones. in the 8th, and we did a little eavesdropping, and Jeff talking to Garth Smith and Norm Gould, their coach, said exactly that, Linda. He was either or, and he elected to go with the draw.
They took the risky shot, and unfortunately, if you think back in that end, the shot that was very costly was the missed guard. Not only did it not guard properly, it was so long when they went to make that shot to try and save the end, it really wasn't even possible. They were going to leave something in a tap back.
The opening shot of the game was Steve Gould's out-turn guard, and he threw a halfway guard, which is also long. Jeff buried it perfectly. Glenn made it come around, tapped it out for 2, and Stoughton's been behind ever since. And those guards not only have to be in the right line, but they have to be the right speed. In both cases, the Manitoba team was burnt by throwing them a little too far away from the rings.
So what do you, I want to learn something here from you both. Because the ice and the finish is so good, you have to play those guards tighter. Is that what you're basically saying?
That's what I was saying on that situation for sure. That Jeff was going to be looking for something with his shots, some sort of save, and he needed a tighter guard. It's pretty tough for Jeff. We talk about the frustrations of losing. We've talked about the fact that they've both lost finals. But this is a very well-curled game, and suddenly you're looking at the scoreboard and you're down 4, even though your team has played pretty well. It's an amazing performance by the Howard team, and in particular, you have to point to Glenn Howard and those soft shots he's made.
He's made them look easy, too. The weight's been absolutely perfect, and that is the secret. You can be an inch or two wide, an inch or two narrow on some of those shots, but the weight has to be spot on. And out of his hand, you could tell as soon as the brusher said speed's perfect, he knew he had a chance. And to sit for 3 was a bonus. Great shot. A little surprised they drew the second one into the rings with a 4-point lead. Don't really need all those red in there, and then the jam's not going to help either.
Really hard, guys.
No, I'm always surprised when people put too many rocks in play when they have a big lead.
Like to go.
I'd be throwing it through.
Line's good. Room.
Gotta go.
Room.
Oh, gotta go, guys. Go. Come on. Get it back. Behind the tee line's good. Come on. Still got
Finish it, guys. Finish it. Yep.
Keep going, Johnny. Keep going.
Sorry. Good.
It gets almost covered. To my eye, it looked as if it didn't finish as dramatically as we've seen.
Yeah, exactly. I was just going to say the same thing, Vic. And there's not quite as much curls as there certainly was at the start of the game.
Clean. Control, Brent.
That's the adjustment these players have to make. The ice by no means is tricky. It's just phenomenal. But they're so precise with these shots. They're definitely 4 or 5 inches less curl.
You know, more to your point, Linda, about
back line.
taking the foot off the pedal, as it were, for Howard.
Back line.
I mean, it is only the 8th. He is up by 4. I mean, give him, if you can say that, let Stoughton have a single, even a deuce at this point in time. What's going to hurt you?
Well, it certainly is a nice edge that they've got at the moment, but I don't think putting more rocks in play is required. This is a kind of team with Howard that they gain the position on the scoreboard through the soft shots, but they can peel. They can keep it clean. And you don't need to offer up some good opportunities for Jeff Stoughton to score points.
There's a bit of a mistake there because the 2 Howard rocks were frozen.
Sorry, guys.
Brothers could hit that dead on and glued it right on the side. They just overthrew it a hair, and now there's a chance to get them both.
I could give them that, but what about just hitting in line 2? Nose. Pretty good. Okay. Normal. I got to contribute something. Whoa. Just normal. Whoa.
Clean. Clean. Yep.
Good. We're all winner. How's my out turn today?
That's okay. Just sliding there a bit.
Time to take a look at some of the player numbers.
It's a great matchup at third, and we knew it would be. John Meade during round robin, so superb. But look at the types of shots that Wayne Middaugh has played. So many hits, 11 out of 14. And that has been the way that Glenn Howard has utilized this great skilled player with the up weight. Because Glenn likes the soft shots, but make sure you've got something by opening it up with Wayne.
The player numbers brought to you by Capital One. What's in your wallet?
It's good. Close to hack. Whoa. Close. Whoa. Off. I think so. No. Real nice. Good shot.
Shot, John.
Didn't finish again. It was just, he threw that beautifully, and it just hung and hung and hung.
Shot.
Got away with it, though. The yellow one's in pretty good position.
Is that buried? You can see it on the outside.
Really?
Not great. He makes a double roll.
Can I roll in front of ours or no?
No, it's just an inch higher.
Oh,
You roll it my way.
your way?
You can almost peel it. What does he do?
Then you don't want to make that
way,
double.
peel it, he
You don't want to
does.
make the double roll on top either. Maybe this way.
I think that way, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hit and roll a foot or something.
Board.
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 Even if he knows. See what happens.
Good. Yep. Hard. Yep. Whoa.
Right straight spot here.
Clean it. Whoa, off. Yep. Whoa.
Pretty good.
Real good.
Shooting, Wayne.
So Howard's sitting 3 without last rock here in this 8.
Nice throw there, Vic. If that rolls a little bit less, there's a triple. Now to hit the rock that Wayne just threw thin enough to jump across, you're not going to make either one of them.
Like they're even? Yeah. This one's a little bit ahead. Okay. I'll go here. Okay.
I think they'll opt for the nose double. That's the easiest shot, and then they'll have a little bit of height. Glenn will have to hit it. And then there might be a double with the next shot.
Yep. Whoa. Pretty hard. A little bit, Steve.
Very nice. Good. That's the best he could do. And the Stoughton team's 4 down, but they have curled well.
There's been a lot of precision on these shots to get the roll that far. Also get the double, very nicely played. But that 3, that does jump off the scoreboard. And that makes the Howard position so much more comfortable, even with those yellows in the house.
Real solid.
Yeah,
Heavy board.
Whoa.
Heavy board. Little up. Whoa.
Whoa.
Yep. Hard. Go, Greg. Go.
And rolling it away as far as he can. Howard sitting 2 around the edge of the 4-foot.
He's going to be somebody someday.
Yeah.
Board?
Yeah. Then what's he do? I guess he just freezes, eh? And then he just rolls back here.
Jeff, you can't squeak with back line and roll it an inch under.
I can't get under. I can only see half. And he still has that.
Is this ridiculous?
Right now?
Hack weight? Well, this is the. Why don't you just do this then? Well, no, but you lie second and third. Might have a pretty easy double though after. Oh, or you just make the double now.
Try and make the double now?
That's what I said. No, I said
think
nose
so.
and roll.
Try and make the double now?
He said nose.
Yeah, what if we nose the 2? Or the red one there?
It's not bad. That's no bargain, guys.
This yellow, he can see maybe half. It's a tough shot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, he's just going to... I don't know if I can get the nose, but...
But if he noses afterwards, the double might not be there, Reed, because this is going to be in the way.
Yeah, that's hard to stick it right there.
Well, if you... Okay.
If you nose and he noses, there's no double. You can't throw hard and roll on top of his, eh? Well, I don't think you can see enough of it.
I can only see half, eh?
It's not there anyways. Okay, make the double. What do you like? How hard? What do you think?
Well, I got to get it out, eh?
I guess if you roll out.
What do you like?
You want to make sure that you have a chance for a deuce here if you're Jeff Stoughton. That means you're within 2 and there's still opportunities to steal. Remember, you can get a couple of guards up, and if those ticks aren't made, you have chances to get in behind them.
The one I illustrated too is the one that Steve Gould brought up. You could throw the soft in-turn, hit part of that yellow one you're looking at. That'll leave it dead buried. Try to save the shooter over on the corner of the sheet. A mistake by Glenn. He hits the outside one, rolls out. It's an easy 2. It's a tough double. He has to squeak the guard. He has to be incredibly close to that guard to make this double, or it's going to go underneath. You can see where the broom is. The broom's almost, the rock, when he lets it go, is almost on that guard.
Jeff Stoughton in his first. Not a brush yet. Nothing yet. Carruthers, Gould, nothing yet. Got 1, 2, and the shooter will roll, stop, backhead to the 8 to sit 2.
That is a beauty. Thanks, buddy. Really nice.
That's a world-class shot there. Just well thrown, lots of speed, just like a dart.
Ice is awful.
The key, Linda, is that right there. The fact that it didn't sit where second contact was made, that it floated to the back.
Well, it was a really tough double to make to stick it, and at this point they're looking for a deuce, and they're going to get an open hit here from Glenn, and there'll be a chance for a deuce.
Yep. Gotta go
hard.
What, do you get it started now? Because it's Savlin Lang picking him up right away.
Yep.
Well, they've shown their value as brushers. They've, as he said earlier, managed to straighten things out.
Well, the nice thing is when the ice is a little tricky, that spot being so straight, you can tighten the broom and then use your brushers early to make sure you hold the line. It's a great technique and a couple of very skilled brushers to do it.
A little more.
Kevin Martin openly admits he cheats. And when I say he cheats on the line because he's got Kennedy and Ebert.
Well, that's a tool to make sure
those
that
horses will bring it back for you.
That's right. You'll make the shot.
Jeff could play soft weight at this, but he's going to throw almost normal, kind of a control.
Heavy bump. Clean.
Jeff Stoughton looking for a couple here in the 8th.
Clean. Whoa, guys. Clean. You're good.
And that's what he'll get. Jeff Stoughton keeping his chances alive. Howard still leads, and now he has the hammer 2. NFL's Sunday Night Football kicks off on TSN. It's the Colts who will be in New England to play Tom Brady and the Patriots. Patriots looking good, 8-3, leading the AFC East. Coverage gets underway at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on TSN. We're saying that Peyton Manning may start to throw. His neck is healing, but they certainly won't be back this season. And the question now is, will the Colts even win a game? They're 0-11 going in. We welcome you back to Cranbrook. Glenn Howard with a 2-point lead for Jeff Stoughton, and it is Howard that has the last drop. He has the hammer playing the Red Stones.
Whoa. Yep. Yes. Yep.
Here comes the tip.
Perfect.
Watching it. Yes, it just.
See, you can see the circle.
It was Craig wanting them to brush a little more a little earlier. It's just so hard. The rock is nowhere near the guard at that point.
Craig.
He just felt it would go.
Yeah, it wasn't quite splitting. That way. Yeah.
Just putting the rock back now.
Good weight, Steve.
Interesting. I mean, Steve Gould has, over the course of our coverage, become known as the tip man. Now, I guess it depends where the positioning of the stone is, but
Weight's good.
he tends to, when
Whoa.
Steve Gould plays
Weight's
his
good,
sticks,
Steve. Whoa, it looks
come
heavy.
across the face.
Yeah, I like that a lot better. I really do. I don't know what you
Line's
think,
good.
Linda, but it's it tends
if
to
you can,
take some
guys.
energy away from the rock you're hitting.
Line's real
So
good.
therefore you can throw a shade more, get away with a shade more speed.
The reason you don't play it, and I think the reason that Glenn didn't play it, is just this ice has some patches. And if you're not positive about how to cross it and you're into the straight spot, it's actually easier to play the tip sideways. You're still playing with very quiet weight. Two nice guards now positioned by Steve Gould, lots of separation, and so rather than playing the tick again, Craig's being asked for the come around. Try to get one in there and aim for the spot, make it such that it's hard for Jeff to get in there first.
Line's good.
Getting better. There we go.
Yep, go now.
Line's good. Yep. Hard, Brent. Hard.
Come on. Keep going. Go. That's a good shot.
Great shot.
Craig Saville wraps it around.
That's almost the ultimate spot. Maybe a foot farther, but dead buried, keeps it high. If Jeff freezes to it, it gives Glenn a lot of room to get a second one in there. So they're going to try to go right around everything, and it's possible with this late finish, but it has to be perfect. Probably behind the button to get it buried.
What's that? Take a look, guys.
Playing this swingier turn. Stays out there forever. Now this, take a look at this rock. It's what, 3.5 feet off the center line. Watch it go.
Tons of room. Go now.
Yep.
Go now. Come on.
Hard, Steve.
Come on. Go.
Hard. Go.
At least 3 feet of curls. Hog line in.
Great weight.
You like that?
No, whatever you want.
like
That's
this.
fine.
Hack.
Sure.
You like that or like that? What do you guys like?
No, this is fine.
It's fine.
They still want to play. I mean, going back to what you said earlier, would the more conservative thing be to open it up?
Probably. The two guards are positioned really nicely, lots of separation, and pretty close to being one in front of the other. So the double feels actually a little tougher.
Off for a sec.
So they're going after the one that is on the button.
Still off for a sec.
Close.
Yep.
Yes! Clean.
Yep.
It's well out there.
Great shot. Good boy.
Beautiful curling. Arguably 5 perfect shots, Linda. Still gives Jeff a chance here. I'd be plugging away those guards pretty soon. Steve thinks Reed Carruthers' first rock's a shade straighter, so see if this curls a little more.
Gotta go, guys.
Where are you? Gotta go.
It's definitely going to curl more because it's lighter.
Yeah, and it's starting to move and big time at those stones. One guard there, that guard. Can they wrap it around this stone in the rings? Oh, they did. The brushing was tremendous to hold it. It'll slip behind the tee line, back 4.
Great brush. That was definitely lighter halfway down. Now you wish you peeled the guards.
Well, the nice thing for Glenn is they had to take this one a little deeper to try and get the real bury. It is behind the button, so if you can happen to get rid of these guards, there's still lots you can do in that house.
This way?
I was going to say, like an inch high?
Yeah.
I got to go for this, eh? Yeah, make it, buddy.
Where do you hit this? Just off nose, maybe?
Just a fraction on the broom side, on the right-hand side coming down. Just here, almost exactly where the broom is. Dangerous because you could double raise this back and take out your own.
Hard!
Brent Lang.
Whoa. Yep.
Oh, just enough. And they'll leave the shooter just off center line, covering the 4-foot.
I might have missed the call, but I think he made it the other way.
Went for it.
Yeah.
The Brooklyn strike
Yeah,
there.
he did.
Stick it. Halfway. Okay.
You're done.
Good news for Stoughton, though, is that rock, after the beautiful double was made, it's rolled over and guarded the in-turn side to get to that yellow Stoughton rock.
Little pass half. Just halfway, guys. Right there. Little pass out. Split the line.
Weight's good. Got a
Clean.
little pass room.
Line's good. Easy. Just split the center line. I think it's going to get there.
Weight's good.
Yep. Get the split. Split it. Go. Good. You're right. What?
Well, almost to the broom, right? Right, almost to the spot that
Throw, John.
Stoughton had his brush.
Isn't it, Sal?
What?
The intern draw's there, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep.
Hard.
Yep.
Hard.
Yep.
Hard.
Yep.
Hard.
Wayne Madaw.
Good job. Come on, Langer. Not the way we call it, it works.
Well, I had to kind of try and get it.
Oh, yeah.
Somehow.
Yeah.
That intern draw is still there, eh?
Hey? I think so.
Oh, to the button? For sure.
Yeah.
You hit that guard, you hit the top.
They're talking about that in-turn, and it's back to the point we made earlier. When a guard is very long, close to the hog line as opposed to close to the house, there's so much room to get by it. You get the curl at the end, and they feel they can draw to the button with that in-turn to get by that long guard.
What is this? What's the weight?
What do you have for hand, guys? Looks pretty good.
Tighter. Stay with it.
Line's good.
I don't think it needs to curl.
That's fine.
I don't think.
Heavier.
I think it's going to overcurl a little bit, but that's okay.
Overcurl doesn't hurt.
Yeah. Good.
Good.
I meant like tighter line.
Good shots, John.
Thanks.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Whoa.
Wayne Madaw, one more time. Take me through the scenario here, please, with regards to
You're right.
the last four rocks. Shot stone right now belongs to
If you had to
Stoughton sitting back 4.
I still think you can make the intern.
Second, third belong to Howard. Are we going to see this center line guard go up again and again?
I think they have to. I guess the only other option is draw right around, but it's such a short run back for Glenn. It's wide open. I think you're going to see possibly 2 guards out of Jeff. He might make a move with his last one and maybe come around and hope for some type of mistake. If he can get it in front of the tee line, maybe go around on the intern side and put it in front of the button, he might be able to guarantee a steal of one.
So, Linda, when does Glenn make a play at Shot Rock?
With his last.
Just a straight, quiet tap back? Or is that the way? Or try to run something?
Well, it's going to depend on what he's left.
Okay.
If there's a guard in the way, then he might have to try and play the wide draw to the button.
But to your point, Vic, they've been talking about it the whole end already. They're so good. All 4 of them are thinking, what have we got? What have we got? And the Saville and Lang have both said, I think we can get around that long guard and get enough curl to get to the button. Maybe not tap it for 2, but 1 would be enough.
Line's pretty good, guys. I don't think you need to cook it. Yep. Come on, split it. Go. Keep going. Gotta go. It's fine. Good shot, Jeff.
Intern PO.
Yep.
This one.
What do you like in the last one?
Intern, top 4.
I guess so, eh?
Yeah. If you have hook it, he won't be able to get them both, right? But
yeah.
Like if you put it real good, it might line on that one, right?
That's what I mean. Yeah, it might line up to do that.
Just touch the top of the 4.
Well,
and
he's got the guard there. That's true.
So, thinking ahead here, Stoughton in position to possibly steal a point to get within 1 going to 10.
That's exactly what they're going to try, is that wide in-turn draw. Try to keep it in front of the tee line, which blocks Glenn's raise. He'll only be able to run it back and get 1 of them.
Good.
Yeah.
Leaving the out-turn draw then?
Yeah. Well, he might just rip it, right? Give us 1.
We don't want to go too deep. Just
no, if you go here,
then you can stick it. Yeah.
You got to be right there.
Yeah, just bite it, eh?
Bite 4.
Okay.
Can't go too deep.
Just bite 4.
Bite 4.
Okay. Johnny and I are in agreement. If you just somehow get it partly around that rock in the top of the 8-foot, Glenn has to play the easy raise to give up a single, possibly.
This whole end got to this
There
position
right?
because of the great play by Steve
around the other
Gould,
one.
getting the two guards in position, and Craig Saville so close to the perfect tick on his first, but didn't quite make it.
But you know something? You go back to that. You go back to the 8th when you both said, "Why leave so many rocks in play?" That got him the deuce, and now he's in position. Stoughton, I'm speaking of, to steal one here, and it's a 1-point game.
Exactly.
Line's good.
Easy, Rambo. We can cook it too far.
Line's
Line
going to
is
have
fine.
to drop. Well, no, line's great.
No, it's almost tee. Gotta sit. Let's try. No, Rammer. No. It's heavy. It's right beside it.
Go a little bit past
Not curling.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, nice try.
Great try. Just a little lighter. That curls over to where they wanted it.
Oh. 6 inches too hard.
Thinking it's one, you're a hair high. It's two, we're going to get 2 out of it, but it's right.
Yep.
One's pretty good, right on the.
Yeah.
Just right on the handle.
Just firm. I'm not peel.
Not
Just
peel?
Firm.
How firm?
Solid.
Oh.
Yeah.
If you could get it right there, both these yellows will actually go. This one past Wayne, and the other one will come underneath that red rock. But the most important thing is to stick for one. Just a little high side. The danger is dead on. This might tick the one that Jeff just threw and missed that back yellow.
Well, at the moment, Jeff Stoughton sits 2. So those are the tying points here in the 9th. Final rock on the way.
Wow.
Backing right off. Saville, Lang, run it back. Get them both. Spill them out. And count 2 more.
A great shot to finish it off.
And that'll be the game as Stoughton will concede his run here at the Canada Cup of Curling. And Glenn Howard will win it, make the final 9-5. And so now Howard is on the way to Sunday's final, where he will play Kevin Martin.
You've seen Glenn play a lot of games. That's one of the best ones ever. He made a lot of shots.
I was happy that you threw that weight.
Yeah, I give you a chance, right?
But I was just waiting for it to. Yeah. If it runs straight down there. All right.
You can win without a second.
Well, it's time now for the M&M Meat Shops Final End Challenge. Go to finalend.ca and enter the secret word for a chance to win a trip for 2 to see the 2013 World Junior Curling Championships to be played in Sochi, Russia. That's, of course, the home of the 2014 Olympic Winter Games. Now, the first 100 entries will have a chance to win a $50 M&M gift card, and all participants will get an M&M discount. So, again, go to finalend.ca. The secret word for this game is house. Glenn Howard, an impressive performance. He's moving on.
That's the game of the world, right?
The 2011 Capital One Canada Cup is brought to you by Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Glenn Howard out of the Coldwater District Curling Club. Little chest bump with Wayne Madaw. He moves on after an impressive performance by the entire team. The 9-5 win over Jeff Stoughton. Time for the game story, Linda.
Well, it was brilliant. You look at the numbers for Glenn Howard, 100%. What's Stoughton going to do? Started with the tap for 2 and 1. Another great tap later to save it in, and then the tap in 7 for 3. It was just a brilliant performance by Glenn Howard.
Game story brought to you by M&M Meat Shops. Hundreds of meal ideas, one aisle. So it sets up another terrific matchup. Kevin Martin, who went through round robin undefeated, will play Glenn Howard. We'll have it for you Sunday afternoon, 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 12:30 Pacific. The winner, of course, going through to the curling trials in Winnipeg 2 years from now. The first berth and a chance to wear the maple leaf in Sochi.
The 2011 Capital One Canada Cup is brought to you by Ford, official automotive partner of the Canadian Curling Association. By Scotties, proud supporter of women's curling for over 30 years. And by World Financial Group, proud to be a sponsor of the Season of Champions. Your dreams, our strategies.
Sunday is final day here at the Canada Cup, and we'll be with you at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Chelsea Carey from Morden, Manitoba will play Jennifer Jones from Winnipeg for the right to advance to those curling trials in 2 years' time. What a game it was. Very nice. On behalf of Linda Russ and our entire crew, thank you for joining us. The Canada Cup from Cranbrook is here on Canada's Sports Leader, TSN. Sports Center is next.